Yep. Okay, we are back. And today, well, you guessed it, more tarot readings. So we'll get right to it. I'm working off a queue today. If you want a reading, it's free for subscribers. Or you can redeem channel points or tip $5. Either way. Or not, just sit and enjoy, or get some channel points and redeem later. Or for now, just enjoy. All right. First up, we have, again, I'm going off a list, and I will be linking the people, the VOD with a timestamp later, so they can watch it at their own convenience or best convenience. And we're going to start with Armadillo Waffles, and these are general readings, so it kind of tells a story. Second card's played in reverse. Reverse cards have alternate meanings, but I'll explain that all on the way. So first we get Two of Cups, which is almost, if anyone's familiar with the Lover's card, it's very similar in my opinion, but has different meanings. So I'll pull up the chart for that. And we'll see how it goes. All right, Two of Cups. Partnership, attraction, love. Uniting, sharing, attraction, partnership, friendship, love, business partnership, cooperation, understanding, commitment, and trusting. So maybe some new people fell into your life, friends, family, relationship, partner, work opportunities. Something's falling into your lap. And I don't know, a lot of it just really straightforward. The opportunities, new friendships might have led to something, or maybe even work or side gig or hustle might have led to new friendships. But it feels like everything's coming together now more so. And naturally, when you come together with other people, there's going to be a lot of, not issues, I'm sorry, let me move the mic, but like cooperation, understanding, commitment. So whatever this changes in your life, or maybe who you met or who met you, it's going to set the wheels in motion for something bigger. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. It represents something standing in your way, very difficult boss that you can't defeat, or maybe just like a warning and hey, take a step back, watch out for something, or bring something to our awareness that might need attention. So with that, we get the Knight of Pentacles, represented by a red panda. And the first card obviously was giraffes, but since this is the obstacle, we're going to play it in reverse. So let me go pull that up. Knight of Pentacles. So normally it means hard work, productive, and perfectionist, and progress and planning, like a lot of doing, but more carefully thinking. But since it's in reverse, it's going to mean instability, greed, careless, don't be hasty, lack of plans, wasteful, make decisions when you have all the facts, take things slow, weigh out all your options. So with this, it's saying don't rush into stuff. Gather as much data as you can before you make commitments or execute a plan, and really go over your option selects and what to do, maybe what might be the best thing to do at this time, even if it's not like the thing you want to do. Like what would be the more what would be the most efficient thing to do at this time in your situation with what resources you have. It talks about taking things slow. Well, again, you're not rushing into something, but it's also talking about careless, wasteful, and instability. So maybe you got discouraged with this person, or you, with yourself, or whatever task or something you wanted to do. You just feel like nothing's paying off. Maybe you rushed into something too quickly, a job, a relationship. Maybe you committed to like a passion or hobby, or maybe like say, as an example, you opened a business, but it wasn't quite working out. Maybe you should have planned more, gather more data, more better employees, better like financial plan, more investors, yada yada yada. Talks about greed, so the greed could come from not necessarily not in failing, but not succeeding, or growing as fast as you want to. So now you're a little more stingy, a little more afraid and cautious. So maybe something to keep in mind. Either avoid these things, or if you're in this rut, I'm sorry, and maybe you can find a solution to work out how you can get out of it. So with that, we're going to move on to the third card, which is represented by positive influences. So hopefully you worked out whatever happened or got through it with people, or but we're going to get the third card. It has the Four of Wands, represented by Iberian lynx. There's two of them. They're cute. So let's go right to that Four of Wands. Let's scroll up. Four. Right, the Four of Wands. Joy, celebration, and harmony. Rest, peace, achievement, secure, marriage, improvement, comfort, and reward. So maybe the issues you're having with a partner, or just friends and family, or even work, or just other people, you worked out your differences, you came together, you unite, you worked it out, you succeeded, you got through it. I won't say got over it, because that sounds a little harsh, but the general vibe is you looking back and reflecting on yourself, maybe even taking responsibility or making others take responsibility. Just like, really having a heart-to-heart talk with people, understanding each other, actually communicating. And you're now in a much better place. It could be you really hit it off with someone, things are going good, maybe moving in together, maybe getting married. It could be a new job. It could be promotion. It could be gigs. It could be partnerships in business. Like maybe you don't quite have the funds or resources to open your own business, but a friend or somebody wants to go in on opening a business with you. Or it could be even something as simple as you really pursuing or a passion or hobby and really manifesting it and making it come true. So pretty cool stuff. Hey Chipperdoodle, how you doing? So that's only the third card, so we've got two cards left. So let's go to number 4, which is going to be the near future, with the Ace of Pentacles, represented by a Palawan peacock pheasant. If anyone's not familiar, Pentacles is an earth symbol, and it's usually revolves around physical possessions and finances and stuff like that. A little deeper than that, but that's like the quick gist of it. I think Wands is fire. I forget if Swords is air or water. I think Cups is water and Swords is air. Or it might be the other way around. But anyway, Ace of Pentacles, manifesting abundance, lack of planning, gifts, talent, financial improvements, prosperity, achievement, material success, promotion, fertility, good things, good investments. So this card is like, well done, but your lack of planning, so you're going with the flow more, maybe spend less time worrying about facts and planning and being quote-unquote logical and statistical, and you kind of go with the flow, letting things organically come to you. Not that you're going to stop planning, but like maybe you just find yourself paying less attention to planning stuff out and more in executing them. Talks about financial improvements, so that's always cool. Promotion with either work or maybe just with social status or with your friends. I like how it says good investments because you're being wiser and cooler with your money. Talks about talent, so and good things and manifesting. So you're bringing your talents and passion and gifts to the world into reality. That to me, that's always a huge plus because I love that stuff. So very good. That's the near future. Now we're going to go to the 5th and final card, which is going to be long-term results or maybe far future end game or roll credits or final raid boss. And we get the 6 of Cups, represented by the pangolin. More accurately, the Chinese pangolin. So let's go to Cups and go to 6. Once it loads, past memories, innocence, and joy, happy memories, old friends, anniversary, celebration, moving, children, living in the past, playful. So things are more frolicky now. Everything's good and well. You're remembering the good times and all the friends you made along the way, but it also talks about maybe potential children in your future, can also talk about potential moving and relocation. The one I like here is anniversary and old friends because you haven't forgotten them. Happy memories always always a good thing. But it also talks about living in the past. So maybe you're in such a good spot now, you're just reminiscing about the past. Like, oh, remember the good old days? Remember that time we went to the blackberry bush and handpicked the berries and washed them, and then our mom made like blackberry cobbler. Maybe I just say don't be stuck in there, but it's all a very positive card that you made it after all. You're in a very good place. You're surrounded by people you care and like, and you have fond memories of them and good times. So, very good job. Now we're going to get to a bonus card, which is an oracle card, which is separate from the tarot reading, but I like to use it to complement it. So, here we get the mirror, which represents appearance. Move these over. So maybe how you want to be perceived by people, or how you see yourself, or how others perceive you, or how you perceive others, but just maybe you're living like a double life or something, or maybe you're even looking in the mirror and looking at a fictional version of yourself that you want to strive to become and make reality. So like for my example, it'd be maybe like losing weight, getting my fursona fursuit made, just something, but just something cool to keep in mind. And I forgot what time I started that. 1780 is when it ended. So I'll just type the ending time. I'll fix that one later. Hopefully that was cool for you, Armadillo Waffles. And we'll just shuffle and we'll get to the next. All right, we'll get to the next reading. I just marked down the time this time so I don't forget. And we'll just say 19 minutes even, so it's easier for me to remember. Wait a few seconds. Okay, the next reading we're going to do is for Two Shots McGee. And we do a 5-card spread. Second card played in reverse. It has a little story about you, and we'll just see where it goes. So first we get the 10 of Swords, which has a black cat, which is a very sad look at him. He's in the rain. So we will take a look at that and see what it means. 10 of S words. I think it was a sad card, or maybe, I don't remember. Once I do more of these and get more familiar with them, I'll be able to spend less time recalling them and looking them up. Like 10 of Swords. Wounds, loss, endings, crisis. Repeating patterns, stuck in old patterns, cycles ending, feeling defeated, change, time to let go, negative thinking, lost wounds, and pain. Oh, oof. Maybe you're carrying a lot of emotional baggage, burdens, or things that are just haunting you. Or it could be physical pain. I think the big thing here, it says repeating patterns and stuck in old patterns, so maybe you're not breaking the cycle to move on with your life. Or something's holding you back, or maybe you want to pursue something, but it's like, you know, you want something to succeed or work out, but just not working out. So you may have to change your strategy, think back, take a step back, retreat, re-strategize, do something to break the cycle. Because if you're stuck in the cycle, you're naturally going to be feeling defeated, and, you know, negative thinking. All the pain's going to come back, and it's going to fester and spiral downhill. Talks about time to let go, so maybe you can reconcile with something, move on, or essentially be like, I don't want this past baggage to control my present and future. Like, yeah, I understand. It sucks when stuff happens to us. We're going to remember it. But depending what it is, and if we can break free from it. So at least it doesn't screw up our lives. Also talks cycles ending, so maybe I'm more confident you will find a plan or have a plan, or maybe even naturally, organically, just break the cycle. Card talks about change, so time for a change. You don't want to be stuck on loop. You know, like those repeat movies, like Groundhog Day, where the guy kept waking up and it was Groundhog Day, and he finally broke the cycle. So kind of like something like that. But of course, there's going to be lost pains and wounds along the way because if you're letting go and moving on, you're going to leave stuff behind. Or to move forward, it might be very difficult and emotionally painful. But it's just the first card of the reading, so let's get to the rest, and we can see how the story unfolds. The second card is the obstacle or bump in the road, raid boss, dungeon boss, cock block, whatever you call it. Something impeding you that you need to pay attention to or maybe be aware of so you don't fall into a funk. And we get the Queen of Pentacles, represented by a Luna moth, but it's going to be played in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. Queen of Pents. Let's go. Okay, Queen of Pentacles usually means nurturing, secure, doubt, and good things. But it's in reverse. It's going to mean greed, narrow thinking, feeling entitled, money issues, lazy, fear of failure, insecure, doubt, and wasteful. So maybe something got into your head, or maybe you got in a rut, but now you're surrounded by the negative thinking from the first card. Things aren't going your way. So you're obviously going to be doubtful, be more insecure because of maybe your finances are running low, and hence the greed that you're going to be more greedy and hold on to your stuff and just be, I don't know. And it says wasteful, so maybe you're investing your money or finances or something where I wouldn't say where it shouldn't be, but it could be doing more for you. So, oh my God, there's a gnat. Get out of here. Dude, get the. Okay. So there's a gnat fly or whatever, fruit fly, and I don't know, there might be cracks in the windows. They get in somehow, but yeah. Talks about being lazy, so that lazy part could also be potentially from, being down in this negative, things are looking bad. So, of course, you're going to be thinking crummy thoughts or being negative because you're trying to break cycles, you're trying to better yourself and others around you, and it doesn't seem to be quite working out. So, with that, just pay attention to those things. It might be a warning or maybe clues or secrets on how to break free from that. So, we're going to go to the third card, which is going to be positive influences. So, assuming you got through that, worked it out, or did something to kind of break the cycles, we get to the positive influences, and we get the King of Swords, represented by a whale shark. How cool that guy is. Let's go to King of S Words. Where are you? Okay, King of Swords, intelligence, truth, and power. Rational, balanced, innovative, cooperation, strength, committed, clarity. So good on you for working out that stuff. Maybe you found the path to move forward and get out of that little rut. And now you feel empowered and big and emboldened. Intelligence, you're wiser, more perception. I like how it says committed and cooperation because don't do stuff alone. So maybe you found the dream team or other people to help you out, or you help them out, and now, you know, cooperation to work together to get the tasks done because you both have similar goals, I guess. But I like how it talks about having clarity and being committed because you're even more stoked about your ideas, either it be work, people in your life, or like a hobby and passion. You're more like, okay, I got through some hard shit, but now I want to move on. I'm ready to move on. I want to do more. I need more. I want to see the world. So very positive because you broke out of the rut or whatever. So we're gonna move forward to the near future and fast forward a bit and just see how this is all going. We get the Eight of Swords, which is represented by a plains zebra. Eight of Swords. Let's take a look. Eight of Swords, negative thinking, victim, limiting beliefs, feeling trapped, disempowered or disembiggened, stuck, isolated, limiting yourself, lack of confidence, worry, unhappy, confused, and critical. Things are looking good, but maybe you fell back into the rut or something else knocked you down a peg. I know you're flooded with all these emotions. Again, negative thinking because you're like, I don't know what to do. I did this before. I broke out of it, but I'm back. I never thought I'd be back here again. It talks about worry, so it piles up on you and stresses you out, like what ifs, or I got to get out of here. I got to get out of this rut again or move on, but you might be in a more desperate situation. It talks about being unhappy, so maybe the thing you're doing isn't the thing you really want to do, and this is why the non-success or things aren't panning out as you planned because maybe your heart's not really in it, or maybe you have either something else in the back burner you want to do. Maybe it's time to tap into that. And these are all examples because it could be work, it could be hobbies, passions, it could be people in your life. So it says lack of confidence because naturally when you fail a few times, it's gonna, blow your confidence down to shitter, and you might have to work extra hard to build yourself back up again. Talks about feeling trapped, so maybe driven into a corner, or these actions have brought you to being trapped, and now you have to be again extra resourceful in how to work through it and get out of it. Talks about victim, so maybe you're moping, poor me mentality. Like maybe you're almost in that very dark spot where nothing can help anymore, and you just need to literally snap out of it. But that's obviously easier said than done. Isolated, so maybe you're pushing friends and family away, or maybe you're also just burned out. You just need like some alone time and rethink things and just kind of work out your emotions and feelings. So interesting so far, but now we have one final card to wrap it up with the long-term results overall of the reading or far future final raid boss, ending credits, whatever terminology you would like to use. With the King of Cups, which is represented by a generic gecko. Let's go to Cups. All right, emotional balance, compassion, but yet you're also moody and in a mood. Feelings, generous, wealth of knowledge, good advice, good listener, confident, empowered. Okay, I really like that because the last card talked about you being disempowered and not confident, and this card completely flips that around. So maybe you figured out more of what you want to do in life, got out of the rut again and again, and now you feel obviously like on top of the world, hence embiggened. You're more confident in your decisions because you got out of that situation multiple times. You're better equipped to handle it. Your wealth of knowledge can help people because you've been through it so many times that it's like you have like you could make like a book or just advise people, hey, these things happened to me. This is how I got through it. And since it's actually happened to you, you know better, more how to handle it. And that's all good advice and good listener. So your communication went up. You know how to really listen to people because some people may say stuff and you hear the words and take them literally, but you'll read more of the person's body language and intentions and moods and everything. About being generous, you feel of giving yourself more. Maybe could be charity with either like community service, it could be money, it could even just be there listening to somebody, but you're willing to give of yourself more because maybe it reminds you of you were in that spot before, and maybe it would have been nice to have more people to help and support you to get out of it. So you have more empathy and compassion for people because of all those, I guess in this case, like bad things or not cool experiences happening. And you're also overflowing with feelings and emotions because you feel a little conflicted because you come a long way. You went through that crap, but you're in a better place now. I hope that was cool for you. And now we're going to do a bonus oracle card, which is just a one quick like word or phrase or encouragement. And we get Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, if I'm saying that right. And it represents fraternity. So you can interpret that one however you want. I mean, the card's pretty straightforward, but hey, man, you got people around you. Let them in. Don't be afraid to socialize. Let them in. Lend an ear. Not that you have to, but just be more, I guess, open as well. Or maybe you're yearning for like a place to belong or something, but sometimes you can find a place to belong just by giving of yourself, or like just general friendship. It doesn't have to be always like monetary transactions or I do this for you, you do this for me. Just like genuine organic friendship. Okay, just gonna shuffle. We'll get right on to the next. Quickly write down the time. 31. Okay, this one's for tropical pineapple. Tropical pineapple, I do a 5-card spread, kind of tells your story. We're reading from your script, and we'll see where it takes us. First card we get is the 5 of Swords, represented by an anglerfish. Let me go pull that up for you. 5. Hey, Jack. How's it going? You can get another one. I did one for you before. Would you like another one? The other one I linked to you a couple days ago. Yeah. No, are you gaslighting me? Or are you? I'll just quickly see. Unless I sent it to the wrong person. Yeah, I linked it to you and with the timestamp and everything. I use anonymous names for people just in case. That timestamp is to your reading. All right, 5 of Swords. Here we go. All right, so 5 of Swords, competition, insecure, disagreements, winning but at a cost, betrayal, insecure, manipulation, negative thoughts, selfish, conflict, arguments, picking up the pieces. So this could be, with friends, succeeding, could be at work with your peers, but nobody's safe. You want to better yourself, but you're thinking about backstabbing maybe, or, get quote unquote the funny saying, take what is rightfully yours. But talks about betrayal, so maybe you have a difficult choice to make ahead where you want to succeed and move on, but it requires you to either backstab someone or say like maybe an example at a job, there's only one position for a promotion, so you have to, sell yourself better, and you may have to knock down your peers a peg or, bring them down. Anything you can do to make yourself look better and prove that you're quote unquote better, so you are more deserving of that, say, promotion. Talks about manipulation, so you could be doing mind games with people, saying, "Yeah, I got your back. I'll give you a good reference or review," but secretly you're going to give them a terrible reference or review. Hence, it's going to lead to arguments and conflict because you're probably someone of more good nature, and you may have never been dealt this situation before, had to think these quote unquote selfish thoughts, and now you feel a little distraught, confused, and you're just trying to process it all, but you want to go for the goal, but it's like, is it worth it for the price you may have to pay and friendships that may burn up along the way? Hey, Navi. Is that Wesker? I'm going to assume that's Wesker. Okay, it is. Sweet. So, very interesting start, but this is only the beginning. We have more cards to go. Chad Wesker. Isn't Wesker a Chad by default? No Bronx. Okay, so the second card is going to be the obstacle. It represents maybe something, a warning. You're in a rut, something's cock blocking you. or like a hard boss in a game. There's something to keep in mind, something impeding your growth or forward momentum. So we're going to address that. But the card's played in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. So we get 4 of Swords, which is represented by a crow. It's going to look like this. So let me pull that up for... Once it loads, of course. Normally it means rest, meditation, and relax and slow down. But it's in reverse, so let's see what it has to say about you. Taking action, feeling recharged, well rested, keep going, burned out, feeling stuck, overthinking. So let's see. The first card was talking about a bunch of warning stuff at competition at a price, backstabbing. This one is talking about now you're taking action. You feel refreshed maybe because you get the forward momentum and recharged. You're well rested. You keep on going, but then now you're getting burned out. So maybe you have to take a step back because maybe you did too much and now all of it's catching up with you and all these emotions and feelings you have to process. Talks about overthinking, so maybe now you have internal mind games going on. Almost like in Death Note between Kira and L or Kira and Nier and Mello, where you're overthinking stuff because now that you're on guard, you may have to rattle some cages and rustle some jimmies. Backstab or like do not cool things to family, coworkers, or whatever. So now you're like kind of on guard or over analyzing everything. Also talks about feeling stuck, so maybe you're not going forward momentum, or maybe you weren't promised the reward that was promised to you, so now you're just kind of confused, or maybe there's even more work to do to further prove yourself for, like, say, a promotion. So, like, almost like watching a freaking reality show like Survivor. Okay, you guys all voted someone off the island, but now you have another round, and now it's time to vote off again. So it's like, if you're in this rut, maybe keep that in mind, or it could be a warning that you can end up here. Assuming you work through that, really think things through, figure out what you want to do, what comes to you, and what you vibe with. Go with the flow more, get yourself out of this rut if you are in one. Or maybe if this is a warning, you don't fall into it, good job. But we'll get to the third card, which represents positive influences, and we get the 6 of Pentacles, featuring yellow-footed rock wallaby. It's quite a bit. So we will get to that. 6 of Pentacles, sharing the wealth, being generous, giving and or receiving, helping others, managing money, sharing talents, gifts, getting paid, grateful, promotion, adding value. So maybe you found a way or survived the next round of voting off the island, and or just the promotion you finally sought out with either friends or family. We'll use this more terminology for a job. You're in a better place. You haven't forgotten the steps you took to get here. You're a little bit better financially, and then you're also compelled and urged to help others. Maybe it's out of guilt for backstabbing or having to eliminate or vote someone off the island. But either way, you're in a better spot. You're making sure to get paid. You're managing your money better. It talks about promotion, so maybe you climb the ranks of your job or whatever even more. And again, you receive gifts, you give gifts, you're helping others. You see others who inspire you, or you want to see them pursue something they're passionate about. So you're like, here, have a little money, get started. So you're giving money, but it's not like, it's not like throwing a sandwich in their face and be like, eat, or, here, holy smoke, you need some booze. It's like you actually want to help. And you're adding value not only to yourself, but to the people you're, I guess, supporting, and even funding those who are inspiring to you. And by that alone, that's going to inspire them to really pursue maybe their passions and hobbies, because now they have a little more source of income compared to having much less. So it's like almost they have permission, or they have the opportunity to do more of what they want to do, and you help fueling that. So very positive, very good card. We get to the near future. Fast forward a little bit in your story and just see where we end up. And we get the 3 of Swords, represented by the spotted garden eel. If any of you are familiar with Darkest Dungeon, that looks like the stress symbol. He's crying. It's a very sad card, I would say. Let's go to Swords 3. Okay, get ready for this one. Heartbreak, sorrow and hurt, loss, irritable, conflict, misunderstanding, hurt feelings, stress, painful situations, stressful change, deep emotions. So maybe the job or extra promotions or you going all the way has now got you burned out and stressed. You're forced into more difficult and painful situations and choices that you have to make. Misunderstandings are going left and right. Maybe people during your journey, people have become harder to communicate with. Maybe you talk to people just getting your message less, and it's leading to a bunch of bumbling misunderstandings. Oh fuck. Um, it just it's. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty rough. Talks about heartbroken, so maybe you put your trust in people or the job or whatever you're into, and then it just didn't work out. So you're gonna feel like, oh man, like what's the point? But this thankfully isn't the end. Let's say it talks about hurt feelings, so maybe maybe you finally got some betrayal, maybe, or hipsters would say karma came back and got you a little bit, but it was may or may not have been deserved. I'm not the one to judge that, but um, talks about loss, so maybe loss of finances, loss of job opportunity, maybe demoted, or even loss of friends because those friends you invested in maybe didn't pan out or something bad happened to them. So this is more on the emotional side. So we have one card left though. And 1 second. I'm gonna put on Lion Might. He's doing improvs. We'll have him as our radio. All right, we got okay. The fifth and the final card, which is the long-term results, far future, ending credits, final raid boss, you name it, and we get King of Pentacles, represented by the Emperor Penguin. I'm at the lower because he's talking. I was waiting for him to play music, but now when he's talking, it gets like distracting. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, and Pentacles is your money card, your possessions, your material things. So let's check it out because it's pretty positive. All right, King of Pentacles. Wealth, security, stubborn, progress, practical, satisfied, content, wealth, success, hard work, achievement, leadership. So, oh man, all those difficult situations. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mute Lion Might. It's too distracting. Which sucks because I want to be there, but I don't want to end stream. Okay, so with this, it talks about you succeeded, you maybe went through all the hardships, you worked it out, things are for the better, you made progress, you're satisfied with your position and where you're at in life or things, you feel content, you have good success and wealth to show for it, so you're not in any risk, hence you feel the sense of security. Your hard work finally paid off, you even have achievements and recognition for it. It talks about leadership, so maybe you took control of a difficult situation and almost asserted or proved yourself with whomever or whatever. But in either case, you broke out of any potential ruts. I mean, naturally, you're going to be more stubborn now because you're like, I'm successful. I did it this way. It worked for me. I know what's what. I know what I like. I don't know if you like beer. You might be like, I like my beer cold, whatever. But you're in a better spot now. Got a little bumpy and scary. But at least you know your hard work is paying off. Either it be literal work, it could be physical, like working out, it could be fostering friendships, relationships, money, hobbies, passions, you name it. So then we get the bonus card, which is a oracle card, separate from the tarot reading, independent, but it is something nice to complement it with. I would like to. You get the body, which represents harmony. Pretty straightforward. You're in a good place. Everything's falling into place. You're just, even though the experience may have sucked, you're in a better place now, and you're just more relaxed, more at ease. And yeah, good stuff getting out of that rut, I would say. Got a little scary there, but all right, gonna shuffle again, and we'll go right on to the next in the queue. Almost done, and we'll get right on to the next. Put on the timestamp so I can link it later. 4520. Cards for 6,000 channel points, or if you're subbed or tip $5, readings are free. But if not, just feel free to lurk and collect points and enjoy the readings. And welcome on in. All right, so the next one is for Royal Vakta. Okay, can dig that name. Let's take a look and get started. So we have the Six of Swords featuring Budapest pigeons. So 6 of S words, let's go. Do a 5-card reading. Second card is the obstacle and play that in reverse. But the first card is just straightforward. It's the first card, start of your journey, whatever you want to call it. Change, releasing, transition. Letting go, better ahead, leaving a painful past, go with the flow, traveling, moving, endings, relief. So, time for a change. You're letting go of the past, or maybe something emotional baggage, something holding you back, but you're finally ready, I guess, essentially to move on. And the card talks about travel and moving, so maybe it's a new job, friendship, partnership, relationship, general new opportunity. You're like, I cannot grow here anymore. There's no opportunity, there's no growth. I want to maybe see the world and experience more of what life has to offer. It talks about change, so maybe something radically changed to you that caused this spark of world change. Or maybe you've been planning for a long time, and maybe you just have an opportunity to break free. And it's for a brighter future, so you don't even need to look back. There's no looking back. You can look back, but you're like knowing that by just moving forward and having forward momentum, and I guess maybe the courage to change or make a change, you're gonna flow better. You're gonna have a brighter future. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. This one represents, well, an obstacle or something impeding your path, bump in the road, being cock blocked, difficult raid boss, something that, or even like as simple as a warning, but we're going to just see what it means. And upside down cards have alternate meanings. So we get King of Wands featuring the Florida manatee. It's going to be in reverse, so it's going to look like that. And let me pull up that card. For King of Wands, where are you? All right, King of Wands normally means natural leader, entrepreneur, respect, and generous. But we have it in reverse in the obstacle position, so it's going to mean bossy, arrogant, impulsive, hot-tempered, aggressive, argumentative, big ego, selfish. So maybe something happened along the way. Many experiences troubled you, or maybe the past came back to bite you in the ass, but along this journey, you develop being impulsive and having an ego, hot tempered, everything. Like you just, everything went to your head. Maybe you thought just by moving, making the move of leaving stuff behind and bettering yourself might have went to your head. Again, this could be at so many different levels. It could be physical, metaphorical, spiritually, emotionally. But something now has got you you got a chip on your shoulder, like you're going around to everyone saying you think you're better than me, and then you're more impulsive, you're less thinking. It's just you're going more on autopilot instincts, but you're also being bossy and aggressive. So I don't know, maybe something happened, maybe you got into a fight or financial situation, but now you're like really on edge. Like everyone around you feels like they're walking on eggshells. So maybe you're in this rut, maybe this happened, or maybe this is all a warning saying don't let this shit go to your head and avoid this spot. It's like you're playing a board game, like Monopoly. It's like do not land in this spot or you lose. So either it's a warning or you're in this rut. I'm sorry, but you're going to work through it to get through it. And that's where we get to the third card, positive influences, which is two of wands represented by ducks. It's generic ducks, no specific breed, just duck. Two of wands, so let's go up there. Okay, planning, having faith in the future, delays, waiting, ambitious, achievements, ownership, growth, success, future minded, moving. So that last card was a literal bump in the road because now you're back on the path. We took a little detour, and now you're like, okay, I really need to think far ahead now. No more just doing everything on autopilot. What do you know? You're getting in tune back. You're getting back to your roots of why you left in the first place, or moving on from the first card. So now you're planning, and planning naturally is going to take time. Hence the waiting. You're very ambitious. You see stuff clearer now. You know what you want more. So you're future farming, I guess, or really planning or investing in the future, and it's going to grow, and you're going to have success, and you're going to move on again, and people are going to see the growth in your success and planning. And so just back to the drawing board, back to thinking, back to getting in touch with your roots. Why did you move in the first place? What were you running from? What did you hope to accomplish? So it's all just a big self-reflection and re-strategizing or strategizing more. So now we're going to fast forward to the near future just a little bit and see where you're at in this game. And we get the Hierophant, which is represented by a sheep. So this card talks about a different way of being and very spiritual awakening stuff. So let me quickly pull that up. Assuming it loads. All right. The Hierophant, planning, decisions, discovering, a different way of being, more in tune with the spirit. Find and be at peace, new chapters in life. Master of your destiny. You decide what's next. Sharing secrets, spiritual growth, seriousness, and prayer. So, more on your journey. You woke up more, maybe discovered things about yourself that you weren't aware of, and now you want to embrace those things more. That talks about new chapters in life. So again, new discoveries, new opportunities. Maybe you reached a plateau with whatever you were doing. It could be work, hobbies, passion, family, friends, relationships. But you feel good and confident, empowered, emboldened, and embiggened to move on. And now you want to take things to the next level. It's like, all right, this is pretty good. Well, it's like playing a game. I got this score. Can I get a higher score? Can I do more? Can I do better? But not for like recognition or like clout. You're doing it for the sake of yourself and growth as a person. So I guess in a way, good vibes. And it talks about you serious. So you're like, I really want to turn up the heat and get this going even more. And sharing secrets, making yourself vulnerable, maybe earning other people's trust or inspiring others by your new found self in sort of a way. And it talks about being more in tune with the spirit, so maybe you have like a spiritual awakening. A lot of people I know are just very binary and O's and or zeros and ones. And black or white, on or off. So now you're thinking the gray area or other numbers enter the game. So it's just like a whole different, I guess, state of being. Now we're going to fast forward to the far future, long-term results, end game, end credits, or final like raid boss. Now we get 10 of Wands, which is featured by a bumblebee. We got a lot of wands this reading, but let's go to 10. All right, 10 of Wands. Hard work, responsibilities, completion, total effort, moving forward, burden, heavy load, pressure, overworking. So maybe it's too much is expected of you. Maybe you took on more than you can chew on your plate, and now you're feeling the pressure and burden of the heavy load because it's like you're trying to do more than what you can give. Yeah, you can output, I'll just work harder, more efficient, more hours. But in the end, it's going to catch up with you and burn you out. You're going to get tired and exhausted. So in the end, you'll end up either doing the same amount anyway, or even less because you're burned out. But it's not just work. It could be mental work, physical work, your job, hobbies, passion, projects, gigs you took on. Let's say you do hard work. You're very responsible. You complete your stuff, but it's like you have forward momentum, but just don't overdo it, I guess is the best way to say it. Just you don't want to overdo it. Okay, I have to listen to this. You put on Saint Seiya. Pegasus Fantasy. But anyway, okay, so anyway, hard work, you're a hard worker. It's you're getting there, you're doing good, but just don't, you know, let it don't take on more you can chew, don't get burned out, don't burn yourself out, do what you can do. And naturally, if you feel inspired or capable of doing more, go for it, but don't constantly be in go, go, go mode because you're going to get ever so burned out. So that's the reading. And now we're going to do the bonus oracle card, which is the one quick word phrase, word of encouragement. William Blake. Have no idea who that is, but the card represents creativity, so I am fucking down with that. So use your creativity to fuel the future, your hobbies and passions, inspire others, be an inspiration, be creative, have fun with it, go with the flow, nurture, I guess, your spirit and creative side more. So pretty cool stuff. All right, we'll shuffle it up and then we'll get to the next reading. All right, let me get the timestamp. 59 even. Alrighty. We're on to the next reading for neurotypical water mouse. Okay. Not going to argue the name. I like these creative names. So we do neurotypical water mouse. We do a 5-card spread. Tells a story about you or what's going on in your life. Almost like reading your script and just see how it unfolds. The second card represents the obstacle, something not used against you, but something you may have to pay attention to, or like a warning. So we start off with the 4 of Cups featuring a porcupine. That looks pretty cool. 4 of Cups. Let's pull up the chart. Okay, meditation, retreat, reevaluating, frustrated, bored, reevaluating, depressed, contemplating, look within, meditate, withdrawn. So maybe you had some ideas or goals in life, work, family, friends, hobbies, passions, whatever, not quite working out, but it's not quite failing either. But then you keep going back to the drawing board. Maybe I'm doing it this wrong. Maybe I need to re-strategize. So you're going back and really rethinking a lot because naturally you want to execute it better in the future, or in terms of like gaming, maybe speed running, you're practicing. When it's time to do a live run, you fail the trick or something. So just like a lot of practice, you're doing a lot of practice and thinking what goes wrong, what can I do better, how can I improve. Maybe you might be slightly overthinking. I don't know. I don't want to say anyone's overthinking because I'm not, you or them, but something to keep in mind. And then naturally, since things are kind of stagnated or You're frustrated, you're going to feel depressed because nothing's moving forward. And maybe even questioning yourself, am I doing the thing I really want to do? Is this what I'm into? You start questioning more. Maybe you have something on the back burner or some hobby or passion that you haven't done. And now is like maybe a good time to look into doing that and pursue that. So the second card's got to represent the obstacle. It's something hindering you, impeding you in your way, bump in the road, being cockblocked, raid boss, maybe even just a warning, but we'll just see what it means. And reverse cards have alternate meaning. So first we're going to see the card, and it is the Seven of Swords featuring the Barn Owl. It's going to be upside down. So let me get to Seven Senshi of Swords. All right, Seven of Swords, strategic, betrayal, deception, and being mischievous is its normal meaning, but this time it's in reverse. It means appreciation, advice, getting something back, indecision, missed opportunities, looking at the past. So maybe you're getting or giving a good advice, you're getting something in return, so your hard work or whatever passions are paying dividends. You have appreciation for what you're doing, or maybe even being in the situation, even though missed opportunities could be maybe you had a whole bunch of different choices to make and option selects, and now you're looking in the past because you're like, am I doing the right thing, the quote unquote right thing? Is this the thing for me? Should I reconsider? So you had a lot of opportunity at your disposal and you decided to go with one thing. Maybe you were not indecisive, but you honestly didn't know which thing to choose to pursue or look into more. And now you kind of feel a little hesitant, but I'd say overall, just keep in mind what's doable, what you want to work towards, maybe how much time, like really think and manage what you want to do and how you want to do it, for better or for worse. Sorry, I had to get some water. Like how committed are you to your own ideas? So just keep that in mind. There may be some delays, some minor setbacks, but just keep at it. If you're truly heart's in it and everything, just keep at it. Now we're going to get to the third card, which represents positive influences. So after you doing a lot of thinking and getting through that or working with it or heeding those potential warnings and not falling into a pit or trouble, we get the Ten of Swords, which features a black cat, and again, he's very sad. So let me pull this up because, yeah. Ten of Swords, wounds, loss, endings, crisis, repeating patterns, stuck in old patterns, cycles ending, feeling defeated, change, time to let go, negative thinking. So this is in the positive influences area, so maybe you worked out some stuff, it's still not working out. It talks about breaking patterns and you're stuck in it, so it's time to break the cycle. So I guess the positive influence part here would be more, hey, wake up, time to break the cycle. This isn't working out. Time for a change. Don't invest in this anymore because nothing's ever going to change and you're never going to grow and move on as a person. So hence you would feel defeated because you keep trying, like, what am I doing wrong? Back to the drawing board. Let me try again. It's just not quite working. And then hence the negative thinking will start to kick in. And then the sense of loss is you invested so much time in something, but it's not quote unquote paying off. So now you're rethinking, okay, maybe it's time to let go, move on to the next thing. This is obviously not working out. Obviously need to do more spiritually, whatever, work on yourself, friendships, relationships, work, jobs, hobbies, passions, but it's time to move on. So that's where the positive comes in from that, even though the card is kind of sad. And look at that cat, he's wet. Then he's stuck in the rain. So the fourth card is the near future. We're going to fast forward a little bit, see how things are going. And we get the Three of Swords, and that is also another sad card. Let's check that out. We just got that in a previous reading, but I felt a pretty good job shuffling, so. Heartbreak, sorrow, hurt, loss, irritable, conflict, misunderstanding, hurt feelings, heartbroken, stress, painful situation, stressful change, deep emotions. And the last card talked about loss and pain, and now there's more of that. So it could be emotional, it could be with friendship, relationship, jobs, maybe the things you're into, like hobbies and passions, maybe you realized you weren't really into. And you've been kind of not ignoring, but overlooking something you were into. So you just feel really conflicted because now you're like, oh, I I put so much time into these things. I did enjoy them, but it's just maybe not working out. It's not for me. And then, you're gonna have very deep emotions. The change is so much. You're stressed out. So almost like panic attack card. So maybe we have one more card to go through, and maybe this can wrap it up, or maybe look deeper into this. So it's going to be the far future, long-term results, end game, end credits, final boss. We'll get Page of Pentacles featuring lap rabbits. So just for a heads up, that's a pretty positive card. Let's get to Page of Pentacles. Alrighty, Page of Pentacles, manifesting financial opportunities, skill development, being productive, new discoveries, being careful, good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new business, financial income, creating success. So after going through the woes, you decide to hit the books more, hit the labs more, whether, again, hobbies, passions, jobs, family, something you just decide to do more. Talks about new discovery, so maybe you discovered something you're into that you didn't think you were into. Now you're pursuing that, and that's bearing fruit. Maybe someone inspired you to do something, or you inspired others. Talks about being productive, so you're doing the work again, you're putting in the hard work, but you're not feeling burned out. You actually feel like you're doing good, you're doing more of what you want to do. So I guess going with the flow more. And your finances are doing a little bit better. Maybe you're going a little into entrepreneurship. Maybe you're opening a little business. It's bearing fruit. You're determined. You have the patience. So at least, things don't happen overnight. It's going to be you're investing. But the investment is already bearing fruit. So, down the road, it'll probably bear more fruit. And you become successful at that thing you got into. Again, it could be anything from work, a current hobby or passion. It could be something new that you discovered, but you're going places. Things are happening in a good way. And then we get the bonus card, which is an oracle card, independent from the reading, but just a little something extra that I like. Word of encouragement, and we get Biddy Early, represents nature. So maybe get back to your roots. Maybe remember where you started from. Maybe the thing you desired so much was at the beginning, but since you were in go 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 mode, you forgot what that was. Or it could literally mean just get more in touch with nature and be like a druid or something. But either way, just remember. Hopefully that was good for you. And then now we'll get on to the next reading after I shuffle. One second. Let's shuffle. Uh, 1 second. Sorry about that.
Wow, look at all these people present for your insane injection.
Welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? Ojo Spark 912, how you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. If anyone's unfamiliar with me, my name is parlnock. I'm a variety streamer, and I'm currently doing tarot readings today. Readings are free for subscribers, or if you tip, or if you save up 6,000 channel points, you can request a reading. Happy Pride. Happy Pride Month indeed. Hopefully the weather's good for you guys. It's getting a little too hot over here where I am, but it's June, so I guess what do I expect, right? Yeah, let's give you a shout out and see what you were doing. Oh, sweet, you're doing tarot too. Awesome. Always like seeing people from multiple... I don't see too many people stream, or I'm usually at work, so it's like a rare treat to see other tarot streamers. Tell out over here. But yeah, how did your stream go? One thing I think really cool about readings are that there's so many different formats, so it's really cool because cool, glad to hear it. Because everyone's interpretation. There's what the card means, and there's how you interpret it. There's also the spread you use.
Welcome to the asylum. Enjoy your stay.
I think it's really cool. Hey, saying thanks for the raid. Would you like a reading? I'll do one for you. Because right now I'm just going off a queue list because not everybody can be here. So I link them the VOD with a timestamp so they can watch at their own convenience. But if you would like one, I'll put you in. I'll do it now before the next reading on the queue. Only if you would like, because if you need to raid and run, totally understand. Okay, sweet. Let me just add you to the little spreadsheet thingy real quick. No, I like to. I enjoy it. So it gives me more, not motivation, but just something cool that I like doing. So let me just type your name, Arduous Spark. And also just timestamp it for my own reference too. So I am currently at 113.20. 20. All right, I'm just gonna shuffle a little more because these are new cards, the holographic. They have texture in the back, so it's a little hard to shuffle them. So I just want to really, really, really shuffle them. So just bear with me. I'm currently listening to Lion Might right now on a web browser. Hopefully it's not too loud. I think it's at a good volume that my voice overpowers it. But I also like having some background music. Okay, so I do a 5-card spread. Each card represents something in the position it's played. I guess the noteworthy thing is that the second card is the obstacle, so I play that one in reverse. So we're just going to start. This is going to be a general reading for you, just see what's up, how you're doing, reading your script or your book or your life story type of a thing. So we start out with Wheel of Fortune featuring the Cloud Rat. It looks more like a cat to me, or maybe like a lemur, but it's called the Cloud Rat. And if you do tarot, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Wheel of Fortune, but I still like pulling up the charts and reading off of it and just almost like dissecting it with the viewer. So we're going to go to Wheel of Fortune, number 10. I know it means like good cycles, open beginning, new beginnings, closing, but let's see. Good luck, life cycles, turning point, opportunity, progress, doors opening, ending of a phase, starting of a phase, improvements, choices, and forward momentum. So I don't know what you got going on, but things are looking pretty cool and good. I like the idea of ending of a phase, maybe a chapter of your life ended, maybe you finished a task, or just, something big, some achievement, now you can rest, but then you're also like, I'm on to the next thing. And then it's doors opening and progress and opportunities. So you have a lot of options right now. Maybe you want to do all the things. Maybe you don't know what you want to do, but you're just so elated and happy and overwhelmed with joy that you have these chances and opportunities to do what you want. So it's like maybe now I guess the hard part is focusing. What do I want to pursue next? Do we want to do multiple things? Will I get burned out? Do I want to focus on one thing like a laser beam? So I can all see these things just, the world is your oyster, or maybe you're into something, or something, you had something on the back burner that you've not been ignoring, but you want to get into. So for me, I like doing artwork, like drawings and illustrations and pictures. So maybe you're into, if you're not like an artist in that sense, maybe as an example would be, hey, I kind of want to get into art and do that. But now you have the opportunity to pursue those passions. You feel good about it. But again, it's all about choices, starting a new phase. Let's see. And you say, got a major milestone done in my book revisions. Okay, sweet. So now you're like on to the next, or bring it on, or you just feel more inspired to do more, and you want to do more. Everything feels good. I feel good when I get work done, get things done. So you want to keep the streak alive and going. So the second card is going to be the obstacle. So this card's like the bump in the road, difficult raid boss, something impeding your journey, maybe something holding you back, maybe a warning. And we're going to play that in reverse. So we get the Chariot featuring the Armenian horse. The Chariot is a very positive card. You're strong, you're in control, you're determined, but let's see what it means in reverse real quick. I'm sorry for the table shaking. I have my camera mount thingy on the table. All right, the card normally means success, action, and control, and progress and being determined, but we got it reversed. So it's going to mean overwhelmed, no sense of direction, delays, car troubles, unfair, feeling like a failure, conflict views. So maybe from the Wheel of Fortune, you had so many things you want to do. You had all the things going on, but now you're like, oh crap, I don't know what to do. You're overwhelmed by your choices, the freedom that you have. Hence the no sense of direction, because you're just like, what do? And it talks about having delays. So maybe again, you got a complete standstill because you're like, what do I do? Should I do this? Should I do that? Where am I going? What am I doing? Maybe new discoveries about yourself, what you're into. So just total mind games on yourself, I guess. But I don't know what would cause that. And then it talks about feeling like a failure. So maybe you didn't succeed like how you wanted to. And you feel like you didn't succeed like you wanted to. So naturally you're going to feel down in the dumps. But I see this card as more, not a warning because you're in this rut, but maybe you took on the world or took on more than you can chew, took on too many tasks that you couldn't complete. So I'll just say maybe take it easy, really focus on things you're passionate about or what you're into. Don't force it, I guess. Let's see. Serentoy Wind. You can request kinky. That's debatable. I was going to say readings are free for subscribers, or if you $5 tip, or if you just simply want to save up channel points, you can redeem a reading. But it may take a little bit, so feel free to just hang out and lurk, and then when you have enough points, you can always redeem a reading. Right now, I'm doing one for our raider, or drew a Spark 912, and then I also am going off of a Q. But I really love my aesthetic. It's the whole Straight Jacket Insane Asylum theme. Yeah, you can. You just have to redeem it with channel points, or if you're a subscriber, subscribers can get one free reading per stream. So with this, sorry, back to the reading. Maybe just don't take on more you can chew. You say the imposter syndrome's rough. Maybe fake it till you make it. But either way, just keep forward momentum. It doesn't work. Either fail, try again, or if you truly had enough, or it's not working out. No shame in retreating, reconsidering your options, and doing something else. But, obviously it's all up to you, what you're feeling, but I like to stick things through if I can, but obviously if things are that bad or unpleasant, I'm not going to stick it through. You're not obligated to. I hope not. Or another example could be you took on a contract gig or job and now you have to fulfill it even though your heart's not in it, or you're like, this gig sucks. But you have to finish it, so that could also cause a little burnout. But assuming this card's a warning or just saying, hey, pay attention, or maybe take it easy, you don't have to be constantly the hero. We get to the third card, positive influences. So maybe you worked it out, maybe you got through it, maybe you worked it out. And we get the Queen of Cups featuring a lynx, but more importantly, oh no, lynx, Maine Coon cat, way off. So let me go to Queen of Cups. Queen. I should take it easy. LOL. I could be a workaholic. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that. I like that dedication and mindset. But for me, at least, I want to do all the things. I have to be in the right mood, not necessarily motivated, but just in the right spot, the right time to do it. If I force something too much, it comes out poorly for me, or I don't enjoy it, and then people see that. So I'm very like mood or emotion or inspiration driven when it comes to like me doing my artwork and stuff. So now I get the Queen of Cups, positive influences, caring, intuitive, compassion, nurturing, feelings, sensitive, imaginative, empathy, counseling, generous. So maybe after working out your feelings, emotions, everything, got through that little maybe rut, you're in a better place now. You know what you want to do. You feel like you're ready. Not like you're totally like empowered 100%, but you feel confident, you feel content, you feel satisfied with moving forward. So maybe you got to made up a better plan. But naturally, because of all this, I guess, extra stuff you've been doing, all the go, go, go mode, you're going to be more compassionate and caring towards others and have more empathy. Empathy, you're going to be more aware of your own emotions and people's emotions. So almost like a motherly or fatherly figure, like a parent figure. And I like how the card talks about imaginative. So you're going to tap into that, which also I see that as tapping into your creativity as well, imagination, you name it. So essentially, more imagination. You're going to have more feelings. You're going to be
Welcome to
more
the
smart
asylum.
and intuitive with
Enjoy
your
your
stuff.
stay.
Thank you, follow. And generous because maybe you're like, oh, I bet when you see other people maybe in the same trouble that you had or going through similar things that you went through, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I've been there, done that. That sucks. I can help this person get out of that. So almost like being like a guidance. So going forward, pretty good. You're not stuck in any rut. So now we're going to go to the fourth card, which is the near future. We're just going to fast forward and go bzz a little bit and just see where you're going in all of this. And we get the world, which is represented by a happy little red panda. And I'm sure you're familiar with the world. It is a very happy, successful card, meaning completion. You know, the world is yours. Ending, again, more startings and endings, more opportunity, travel. But let me just pull up the chart real quick so I can get all the words. Okay, the world represents possibilities, travel, completion, completing things, time to end something, time to start something new, seeing the bigger picture, ending cycles, a new world, ending old chapters, making it after all, new cycles, conclusion, fulfillment, reaching a goal, success, best outcome, travel, and fresh start. So even more, you know, closing chapters in your life and starting other chapters, like on to the next. My task here is done. What more can I do for myself or for the world, for others? Talks about potential travel, so maybe you get inspired along your travels, see stuff you want to do, new hobbies, new passions, or even just getting inspired, or possibly just by you existing and doing things, you're inspiring others to do stuff. So a lot of time to start something new, time to close, shut the book. So say like you're a book reader or playing video. Oh, yeah, I'll use video games. You're playing games. You beat Doom 1. You're like, oh, that was cool. On to the next. I'm going to play Doom 2. You can play, you're like, I'm going to play Doom 3. And then you play like Doom 3 sucks. Skip it. I play Doom 64. You're like, okay, this game's kind of okay, but you're going to see it through. You complete it. Okay. Then later, you know, like Doom 2016, going to play Doom 20 or Doom 2 Eternal. So it's just like a lot of completion. So for me, at least, because I like going to conventions, doing artwork, for me, it'd just be like, say, completing a comic. I am making my own tarot cards that I'm trying to fund. That that project could take like a year or two, maybe even three. I hope to do it, but I've been only making or designing a couple of cards per year, so I should really do more because I believe a complete deck is like 76 cards. But just an example, like passion. So I don't know what you have in the background or what else you're into, but it just like can't stop me now. I'm gonna keep doing, producing, inspire. Like you're just so much forward momentum of goodness, I guess is a simpler and better way to put it. So kudos on that, but we still have one more card, which is going to be like the long-term results, far future end game, end credits, maybe final boss in a video game. Keep at it until it's complete. I can see that. All right, and the fifth card we get is the Star, represented by a white fox, not an Arctic fox, just a white fox. And the card itself represents hope, faith, and renewal. But let me pull up the chart because I know it has a few more correlations with that meaning. Hope, faith, renewal, optimism, trust, confidence, reflection, talent, fertile or fertile, peace, guidance, and wishful. So I like how it talks about being confident and being optimistic because you're, again, the forward momentum's not stopping. You keep rising, rising star. You have hope in the future, or at least hope in what and faith in what you're doing. And you're confident, so you don't need to second guess yourself. You don't need to be like, am I doing the right thing? You know what you're doing. You know what you like. You have all these options and passions and hobbies and things you want to do, and you're doing them. But you're also taking time to reflect and remembering how you got here, all the, I guess, your life, the steps you took, the good times, the bad, or maybe before you quote unquote made it after all. So you're just taking a long time to remember that, and you're honing in on your talents and applying them. Good. Talks about being peace and guidance and wishful. So you just, what's a good way to, so the world was like a very happy, happy card. This one's like happy ever after and bright future and bright today type of a thing. So whatever it is you're doing, you're into, keep on doing it because it's really looking good. And if you have anything you'd like to tell me about that, let me know because I'm always interested about this stuff. Even like after the reading, if anyone ever wants to share, discuss it more, I'm always down for that through DMs on Discord or Telegram. And here we have, I'm going to give you an Oracle card. Hello there, FBI operative. One more card. It's an Oracle card, just a single. It's not related to the reading. I do it as an extra, like a little cherry on top or fortune cookie or just a little bonus.
Welcome to the asylum.
We get the
Enjoy
wand,
your stay.
which represents concentration. So you're going to focus on your stuff. You're going to, when to focus, when to let loose, when to just chill. But right now, the things you want to do is going to take focus and concentration and determination. So whatever you do in life, like hobbies, jobs, works, passion, relationships, friendships, you're going to put in work. You're going to focus on it.
Thanks for this sub. Now I've got you in your own padded cell.
Thank you for the sub. And if you would like, FBI operative, subscribers get one free reading per stream. So if you'd like, I can do one right after this. But yeah, you're going to concentrate on what you like doing, and it's nice because you're into what you're doing. You don't need to second guess it. You're passionate about it. You got it going on, and you know what's up. So that's very good. Very happy for you. And let's read. Yeah, I'm getting my books out there and just finished a book 2. Book 1 will be published sometime this year. What kind of book did you make, if you don't mind me asking, or if you feel like sharing? So it's always fun to hear and see about people's things that they're into and what they do. So for all the cast, I added to your stream. No, that's okay. Let me just quickly add you to the queue list that I'll do use coming up right now. I just have to type it out on my spreadsheet. Operative. Okay, so my readings are generic. We just take a, let's see, one sec. This reading is nice to hear. I write dark fantasy and the characters are LGBTQ+. Do you do any illustrations for them or like any partial artwork, or is it all just literal text and books? Because I don't do books or novels. The closest thing I did of comics, but those take a really long time because I have to portray what's going on with artwork and also find out like what words are good to use. But I'm only familiar with in terms of creating or comics, but on a lower end comics. So Grapsy got a book out there. That's always fun. Just even completing, because when I complete my comics, I feel so good. But then I also laugh because it takes days, weeks, maybe even months to make one. And then I can just read it, go back and read it in like 10 minutes. No, my publisher wants a book submitted to them ASAP. No time to dilly-dally. Oh, man. I haven't drawn in years. Well, hopefully you're into what you're making, and hopefully your publisher likes it because you're putting your heart and soul and effort into it, so they better like it. An FBI operative. Sorry, I'm gonna do a reading for you right now. It's a generic reading. I kind of take a look at your life story, book, or script, see where it's going, maybe hinder any pay attention to any potential warnings. Just just a general what's up with you. And the second card in it is always played in reverse because the second card in my spread, as it's called, or format, is the obstacle. So maybe not necessarily used against you, but maybe pay attention to a warning, or maybe you got in a bad spot and now it's going to try to make you aware of maybe potential things to help you out of that, or potentially make you aware of certain things so you don't fall into a bad place. And you're welcome, Artemis Spark. I really enjoy doing these, and I've been burned out from artwork and my other stuff, so my last like 4 streams have just been tarot card readings. And I usually typically go for 2 hours, but lately these streams have been going for like almost 4. Want to get some nom noms? Hope you have a wonderful day. You too, and thanks for raiding and stopping by. Always appreciate it. And FBI says, oh boy, good luck, lol. A pretty bad train wreck. I've been learning the Hermetic text for a few years now. Man, that sounds pretty hardcore. Okay, let me just shuffle a little more and I'll get right to your reading. Invoking demons and the such. Is invoking demons anything like occult knowledge, or is the occult something different, more like paranormal and stuff? A little more familiar with that, but not on the deep level, but like a basic surface level. That's probably just me playing way too much Darkest Dungeon. I really like concepts, even if they do or don't make sense. It's just fun. Yeah, balance the occult, the metrics, and the paranormal. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to type in your timestamp, just so for my own reference of when I do these readings, how long they take and everything. At 1:33:45. Okay, FBI ex-operative, let's get going. The first card is just, well, the start to it all. So, of course, we're just going to see how we open the book. Read your cover, open it, see what's up. We get 2 of Wands, which is represented by ducks. Even started at a 33. And also I'm using an animal deck, so all these cards are going to be represented by animals. So we got 2 of Wands, so let me pull that up for you. All right, 2 of Wands, planning, faith in the future, delays, waiting, ambitious, achievements, ownership, growth, success, future-minded, moving. So you're doing a lot of planning. Maybe you know what you want to do and execute. You're thinking, hey, I want to do more. I want to increase my chance of success and make this whatever I'm into or doing bear fruit. So you're going to take the time. You're going to plan better. You're really more future-orientated, meaning you know it's not going to happen overnight. You know that whatchamacallit, you're just doing much more planning because you're not future farming. You know it's going to take a while. So whatever you invest your time in, you really want to make sure it bears fruit and it's as best as an outcome that you can make it, at least what is in your control. So being ambitious, you have the ideas, you have the drive. And it talks about growth and success, so it's going to bear fruit. Again, this referring to what you're doing, your hobbies, passions, friends, family, relationships, even work or jobs, gigs, anything. but you know what you want to do. You see in the future it's going to grow, it's going to be successful as long as you put your heart into it, regardless of what the context may be. So we're going to get to the second card, which is the obstacle. This is one that's going to be played in reverse. More like a warning or something, or like um, you're like a bump in the road. You might have to take a detour, maybe a warning, maybe a difficult boss in a video game. And we get the Page of Pentacles, which is represented by lap rabbits, but it's going to be in reverse, so it's going to look like that. And it's going to have alternate, any card played in reverse has alternate meanings. But let me get the Page of Pentacles. Hage. So yes, I understand you can make it snappy, and then ducks fit. I am a web weaver at work. I make whole network before I even push. Okay, good. You really plan things out. The page. Okay. So normally the page is going to mean manifesting financial opportunity and skill development and learning. But it's in reverse, so it might be a warning, or it might be like, hey, let's take a look at this. This needs attention. So it's going to mean rebellious, hot-headed, unexpected expenses, bad news, money challenges, boredom, wasteful, jealous, poor choices, self-critical. So kind of funny because the first card talked about very good planning and growth and opportunity and financial stability, but this one completely changes the thought of that. It's like you're building a deck of cards, a little tower, and someone comes by and just knocks over the little tower of playing cards that you built. So in here, it talks about money challenges and unexpected expenses. So maybe something came up unexpectedly or out of nowhere that drained your money. Or say like if you have a car trouble, you needed brakes, something expensive came your way that you had to take care of. So now you're a little bit in a maybe worse financial situation, or maybe just set back a bit. Like you'll still be okay, but you're more mindful now because like I have less resources at my disposal. Talks about bad news, so maybe even more bad news piling on bad news. Talks about being hot-headed, so maybe you're not heeding the warnings, or maybe you're not taking the things people are saying to you seriously, or whatever's coming your way. You're just like, I know what I'm doing, leave me alone. Or like literally like prophets can come by and be like, watch out for this thing. You're like, yeah, whatever. Hence also the rebelliousness, because you don't want to hear it from people. You made up your mind. Not that you're set in your ways, but you really want to execute what you set out to do. But people or things or the world or the cosmos are telling you, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this thing right now. Or maybe it needs more planning. Maybe you need to take a step back. Talks about being wasteful and poor choices. So maybe it's just one bad thing after another. It's almost like you're stuck in a cycle and people giving you clues or hints. So even the universe is just giving you clues and hints on how to break out of this repeating cycle or this rut you're in of self-doubt. Let's see, exactly fits me. I am a school dropout who got lucky with crypto, and I am supporting my poor family trying to break free to start my own house. And I smoke and drink a lot, so well, there you go. Maybe spend, be a little wiser with your money. Less addiction. I guess maybe not addiction, but like you might have to really plan your finances more, be more careful with it. And since just and also talks about boredom, so maybe because you're stuck in this like loop, you feel bored. You keep going because you have to, but it's like, do I really want to do this? And now that you tell me of others kind of depending on you, it's like maybe it feels like too much is on your shoulders. So maybe better choices, better spending, maybe better planning. I'm not sure exactly the context, but at least if you are in this rut, keep these things in mind because they can help bring you out. Or if you're not in this rut or repeating cycle, at least you know, hey, I could end up here. So try to stay away from that the best you can. My job pays the bills, but I feel stagnates my growth. Yeah, it's like you got to pay the bills, and then do you really want to do? You want to do more than just your job, but you got to pay the bills. So it's like you got to balance out like passion and logic and stuff. It's hard and it sucks because I'm very passionate and driven for that stuff. But I know at least for my skill level and artwork, it's right now it's just like a side hustle or gig. But I wanted to shift that at some point to my mainstream income. But it is very hard. It's not guaranteed, no matter how much hard work I put in. So I'm grateful for the customers and stuff that I have. I would like to grow it. but at the same time, I gotta pay the bills. So I still have my like day job. So so keeping that in mind, those warnings, or if you're in there, maybe advice to help get out of that rut. We're gonna get to the third card, positive influences. And we get the Eight of Wands, which is represented by a blue-tongued skink. So let me pull that up, the Eight of Wands. Sorry. All right, Eight of Wands. Action, movement, change, moving forward, quick action, fast progress, new ideas, reaching goals, vacations, travel, change, moving. So this, whatever you did, the rut to get out of it, or maybe you heeded warnings, you didn't end up in there. You're in a better place now. You got ideas going. Change is happening. Maybe travel and vacation. So a lot of forward momentum. Maybe relocating, new house. Maybe new vacation spots, or just maybe just general traveling, like taking a break. But you're seeing more. You're doing more. You're getting inspired. You're seeing and doing more. And now you want to do all the things. And it's like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. You're more quick to do stuff, but maybe think about it a little more. But it's still all good forward momentum. And the big thing is change and forward momentum. So that's always a plus in this world. So maybe you got something in the back burner. Maybe you're doing more of what you like, or maybe just a better job, promotion, just something. But it's forward momentum. It's leading to better stuff. And I guess keep it up. And don't be scared of the change or new ideas. But I like what the card says, reaching goals, because you set things out for yourself and you achieve them. You can feel complete and good in what you do, and then you can keep moving on and do more and more of what you like. A lot of headhunter hitting up on me LinkedIn, and my green card got approved. Hey, grats, man. Green cards aren't easy. I had some friends trying to get a green card just to come for a vacation to the United States. I live in the United States. And she got denied, but the application fee is like $200. And it could take them months or even years to even look at it. And she's afraid to apply again because she got denied once. And she doesn't want to waste the money because she says that's like a full month's rent over down where she lives. That she can't risk it being denied if it's just wasting money. And I tried using LinkedIn, but I have not found anything. But I don't have too many quote unquote skills. So it's like trying to find work from home job because I just had foot surgery. I'm only starting to walk now again, and even my current job in retail is too much. So I need sit down job, either QA tester, data entry, something simple that I can, even if it's entry level, just something I can do from home. So, and next year I have to get surgery on my left foot, so I'm going to be out because for this surgery I was out for 4 months. So next year I have to do it all over again. Anyway, that's only the third card. We got 2 more cards in this bad boy reading. So now we're going to fast forward to the near future a little bit just to see how things are going, where you're going, what's up. And we got the Empress, represented by the Pomeranian. And for anyone who's familiar with tarot cards, the Empress is a very bountiful, fruitful, nurturing, positive card. My green card got approved on the first try with the lottery on LinkedIn. I don't have any schooling, but 8 years experience while I'm 26. Hey, that's good because a lot of jobs I go for today, they care more about you having experience than the actual skills. Having the skills helps, but like, or degrees or whatever, but like a lot of my jobs, like, oh yeah, you don't have experience. I'm like, this is entry level. This is bare minimum. And I have all these like skills in other fields, but like, yeah, but we need, job experience in this field. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get that? So a lot of jobs I go to, they either tell me I need skills, and when I go get the skills, they're like, oh, just go work, or you need a piece of paper. So it's like a lot of back and forth. Anyway, we got the Empress, so very positive card. Beauty, nature, and abundance. Motherly, or like the divine feminine, if you will. Nurturing, healing, love, comfort, fertility, good harvest, fortune, and success. So your stuff and planning is even bearing more fruit now, or it's getting to the point where you're finally harvesting you're seeing and feeling the results of your hard work and whatever you're into, or success or investing. You feel and see the momentum, and it's all good. And it talks about healing, so maybe you've been heavy loaded for a long time, maybe too much on your plate, others depending on you. But now it's like almost like time you can relax and enjoy the what you harvested, what grew, what you did, your success. You can just take a breather, sit down and have a drink, enjoy the weather, and be like, this is nice. And then you'll have what you need, hence the abundance. And the nurturing or the motherly figure or nurturing can be in you, like you mentioned earlier, helping out the others and family. And just good vibes all around, I guess I should say. So now we have a fifth card, which is going to be the far future, or like the long-term results, the end game, final boss, ending credits, or maybe the cliffhanger of to be continued. But either way, we get the Hermit, featuring the land hermit crab. And this card talks about being isolated and alone, but in a more meditative mental state. A lot of thinking, a lot of looking within. So let me just pull that up. Where are you, hermits? All right, the Hermit, being alone, isolation, internal, looking within, inner peace, inner security, contemplation, meditation, connecting with God or the source or the powers that may be, quiet time, self-reflection, alone time, patience, planning, wisdom, withdrawal, feeling sorry. So a lot of looking within. Hey, Phantom Pumpkin. So a lot of looking within. Maybe you come a long way. Maybe you have new ideas you want to do in the world. Maybe cut ties with people, move on. You just want to do more, but you also feel maybe a little burned out. So before making like a reckless decision or a life-changing decision that could bite you in the ass, you're gonna be like, hey, I just need some time to think about this. So you could have maybe gotten a job offer that maybe required relocating, but then you had to leave people behind. Maybe someone like, say, marriage proposal, just like so many things, like some big decision came up and now you need time to think about it, or maybe just time to reevaluate your life and what you're doing and what you're into, what you want to do, where you want to go, and all that. So a lot of looking within, but yet you find inner peace because maybe you know what you need, but you just need to hear it. Maybe you need to come to terms with it. But either way, it talks about a lot of being alone, but it's more like you're getting lost with thoughts in your head. It says you have wisdom, you know, withdrawal, when to cut your losses so you don't waste time investing your time in something you're not into. It does talk about feeling sorry, so you might have a painful choice coming up that there is no clear answer to, or like best outcome. It's like this or that, not both. But at least you know more of what you're doing, you're in a better spot. So now just a lot of thinking before you execute the next phase of your plan, I guess. So that was that, and now we're going to do a bonus oracle card just to kind of complement the reading, separate, independent from the tarot cards. So I like to do it as a fortune cookie. And we get the snake, which represents knowledge. So lots of studies, knowledge, you come a long way. Even the hermit talked about wisdom, so you have wisdom and knowledge. A lot of facts, a lot of knowledge and skills to use at your disposal and to your advantage. And you can also help others and help yourself with that. Hopefully that was cool. Let's see. While I was a student of the Hermetic arts and the cards resonate with me, the Kybalion guided my path. My nirvana would be just having a ranch in the middle of nowhere to just do the stuff I like, silversmithing and farming. Okay, so very material, very, I would say old school, very not old school, crafty. Have your own little cool farm out doing your thing, but also at the same time having the things you need. So out in the middle of nowhere, but still within reach of like markets, cities and stuff. But you just have your own land, so you do what you like. You don't have to answer to somebody else. And then you don't have to worry about bothering other people because you're like, hey, I'm just doing my thing on my land in my private study. Like, it shouldn't bother or affect anyone. So pretty cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for following. Thanks for subbing. Always appreciate it. Trying to grow the channel more. I know they're just numbers, but trying to get to just more growth in general, more out there, more readings, just more fun. And yes, unfortunately, I know they're just numbers, but those numbers are very fun for me and also meaningful. Except for this guy, this clown right here. Where's that? But natural. I should recite that natural growth, organic growth of the channel because I like doing this more. But I'm currently working on a queue list because there aren't that many people around to do live readings. So it's like, okay, I want to have the content show what I like doing. I want to do it, but it's like, at least this way, I can do it for viewers and link them the VODs later, so that way they can watch it at their own leisure and not have to be here live. So always fun. Thank you for the reading. I felt like it really resonated with my personal being. Doc Love. And what is that dab emote? Doc 1. But yeah, thanks for taking an interest. Always appreciate it. And also, I don't know if you like artwork or like drawings at the end of the month for subscribers.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! I'm running.
Well, oh, thank you so much for the 550. And now that's going to trigger some super trivias anyone can play. You type in exclamation point SA space and the answer. Like that, but without quotation mark. But thank you for the gift subs. To Jingon, Helzalorus, Dextro Man, Median Arbri2. Yeah, Phantom Pumpkin just it's whatchamacallit, readings are free for subscribers. You can get 1 reading per stream. Or if you redeem channel points, you can use channel points to get a reading or a $5 tip. So if you don't have the points or can't afford subs or tipping, just chill and lurk here. Your points will add up quickly, and then when you get the points, you can just redeem 1. Super trivia, it's up to you. This type of word is blend of 2 others, like something from Smoke and Fog. Not too familiar with these questions, but again, thank you for the gift subs. FBI I feel like I have to say X, even though it's probably not a part of the name, just because it's there. FBI X operative. Operative. But yeah, I always appreciate it. And oh yeah, like what I was saying, at the end of the month I do subscriber appreciation art stream. I'll raffle off artwork. And if you're around to claim your prize, because I do like spin the wheel, if you're around, I will do a drawing live for you on stream. What I can fit in like typically about 2-ish hours. So there's like say fan art you like, or you have a character I can draw, or some theme I can try and draw it for you live if you win. But there's no set date on it, just typically near the end of the month. And if you hang out in the chat a bit more on other streams, you can even let me know ahead of time, hey, in case you win, you might like this drawn, or you might say surprise me, or maybe this or that. So that way, if you win and you're not around, I can still technically do some work for you as a thank you for your support. The Phantom Ghost says, okie dokies. FBI says, I'm fighting some personal demons and got sent here by a raid. But being a furry myself that has been exploring the esoteric arts, I couldn't do anything else but support you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, that would be another thing then. At the end of the month, if you win the spin the wheel thing for the artist appreciation stream, I can, if you have a persona or something, or have references, I can draw your character for you in my style. So that's always something. And welcome in XCV. You can use channel points to redeem a trivia. If you do the trivia through channel points, it's only you can answer it. And if you earlier saw the super trivias, those anyone can answer.
Welcome to the asylum.
And usually the super trivia.
Enjoy your stay.
Thank you, Follow. And the super trivias happen by, I think, at least 50 bits cheered, a sub, but there's a limit to how many can activate. I think it's 2 or 3. Here we're gonna look some back in 510. Okay, cool. And XAV, if you would like a reading, it does cost channel points, or it's free for subscribers. One reading per terror stream, or a $5 tip, or equivalent of $5 in bits. But not just lurk, enjoy the vibe, and you can't donate anything or sub. That's totally fine. You can, and if you want a reading, just a couple of streams, you'll have enough, or a few streams, you'll have enough for reading. So it's like, don't sweat it, and just I guess enjoy your stay. Yeah, I'm just gonna shuffle. I'm working off a queue list right now. Which channel points? It's in the redeem down there. It's the Terror Oracle card. It's the 6,000 points. Real quick. Just gonna put on some background music. Probably another stream. He's a pianist. He plays music. Pretty cool guy. Tripper doing PA says doesn't enjoy lurking like 107k worth of working. World Chip, what do I have? I haven't looked at my points in a while. If you save up 200k, you get a fully colored picture by me of a character. Or 80,000, 80k, you can do private art lessons if you're into that. 50k, I draw a sketch for you. 12k, I can tell you a story from my life. I call it autobiography story. And 6,000 is a tarot reading. And all the little stuff is self-explanatory. I'm a serial lurker. Sounds like somebody else we both know. But I'll leave that who that is up to your imagination. Okay, Jaroke's talking, so I'm just gonna let him talk. I'm gonna put music back on. Let the find. Sorry, what do I want to put on? Trying to blow my nose and mute the mic. Okay, and we're back. I should get a drink of water too. That should probably help me. Okay. It's at minus 16. Get a sip, and we'll go on to the next. Hey, what? 159.20. 159.20. Okay, this next reading is going to be for Invulnerable Water Bear. Pretty awesome name, because if anyone's familiar with water bears, they're pretty much known to be almost indestructible. But still funny to see a name like that. I'm going to shuffle and then we'll get on to the reading. I'll explain it along the way, or as I go along, so no one's lost. I'm pretty sure some people are familiar with how it goes, but just in case, I always like to reiterate what's going on, my thought process, or at least the proceedings of it. All right, so Invulnerable Water Bear, we do a 5-card spread, kind of takes a look at your story, your script, you, and we just read from it and see where it goes. And the second cards are like a warning, or each slot represents something. The first one's like the beginning of the journey, the singing factor, I think significant factor. Well, it's a video game, the new file, new game. The second card is the obstacle. The third card is positive influences. Fourth card is the near future. And the fifth card is long-term results. So I know that was a mouthful, but it had to be done. All right, so the first card we get is Justice, represented by the magpie or magpie. No, it's magpie. If it's not, it's magpie now. So let me pull that up. And anyone not familiar with tarot cards, cards are played upward, right, upright, whatever, regular. But if they're in reverse like this, they have alternate meanings. But everything's played upright except the obstacle, and maybe if I fumble up shuffling or something, quote unquote, a special event that triggers an upside down card. There are many formats you can do tarot card readings and many ways to interpret it, so it makes it really fun because even if you get the exact same reading, or like say same card, same format, from different people reading it, the results may differ because of the self-interpretation of everything. So anyway, we get Justice. Fairness, law, true, harmony, accountability, choices, creating a vision, making decisions, agreements, apology, gray area, truth, the law, fairness, and, well, justice itself. So, pretty interesting start. Not sure what's going on in your life or what's going, but you seem to be doing pretty good. Talks about accountability, so maybe you made some bad choices in life, but you own up to your mistakes and you're letting people know that they can trust you, hence accountability. You'll take accountability for your own actions, but you'll also but encourage others to take responsibility for their own actions as well and being held accountable. So it works both ways. It's like like a friendship. It's a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. It also talks about apology. So maybe you've done some not cool things in the past, but you had remorse. You reflected on it. You felt bad. You want to do better. You want to make up. You acknowledge the error of your ways, so you're willing to apologize. Where I know in real life, a lot of people get hot-headed, and some people just can't own up to what they did or even say sorry and mean it. But here you're saying, if you did something, and if you feel remorseful about it, or you felt bad, you will organically and genuinely apologize. It won't be forced. Also talks about agreements, so getting along with people, maybe forging bonds and friendships. To try to make sure everything's fair for everyone, uphold people to standards as you would expect of them or as they would expect of you. So a lot of accountability, harmony, very good, because it's just like you can be trusted. You want to make a better world because it talks about creating a vision and making decisions. So you want to get there, but it's a team effort. You don't do it alone. So it's like you want to create a little cool like neo society or group or whatever, and just help everyone out and have everyone help each other at the same time. Better everyone. So that was the first card. The second card is going to represent the obstacle, the bump in the road, being cock blocked, a hard boss in a video game, something impeding your journey, you name it, something holding you back, maybe just a warning. And with that, we get the Fool, featuring an Arctic fox. So normally it would look like this, and it means a very happy, positive thing, like happy-go-lucky, new beginning, new you, but it's going to be in reverse. And now because it's like this, it's going to have alternate meaning. So let me pull it up. These cards less frequently get played in reverse, so it's always like kind of new to me. So normally it means beginnings, innocence, and risk-taking, and taking a leap of faith. But since it's in reverse, it's going to mean cycles ending and beginning. You're hesitant to start something new. You're in between things, being in between, not knowing what's next, being reckless, taking risks, foolish, being gullible, bad decisions. So things come and go. Maybe friendships were forged, or friendships were shattered. Things moving on, but now you kind of feel iffy of starting new relationships or friendships or alliances with people. You're not sure what to do. First, you're like a leader figure. Now you're just in between. You maybe don't have as much influence, or maybe it's like a democracy system, or just like, do I want to hang out with these people? Is this what, as a group, do we really want to do this? Or maybe you had an idea. Maybe you guys had a vote on like the next group activity or something, and you don't really like it, but you go along with it because it's the majority of what everyone wanted. And it talks about being gullible or foolish, so maybe you let people in too close and then they take advantage of you without you realizing it. hence talking about being gullible and making bad decisions. Maybe you're trying to salvage, say, the friendship or relationship or whatever, but it's coming at a cost of making bad choices. Or maybe you just got thrown in because everything's looking so good, and now you're like, wait a minute, people's true colors are coming out. And now you have to really balance, do you foster and try to save these friendships, or do you let them go? Or it could even be not just friendships and relationships. It could also be like stuff at work. It could be hobbies and passions that you're doing at home. So just something to consider. So I feel like the card's more of a warning in case you end up in that spot. So we're going to move on to the third card, which is positive influences. And we get Page of Cups, represented by a frog. Sorry, a frog. Where are you, Cups? Page. Okay, insights, messages, creativity, comfort, possibilities, imagination, inspiration, curious, talents, ideas, plans, opportunities. So good job avoiding that rut, or if you're in it, you got out of it, because now you're overflowed with ideas, creativity, inspiration, your imagination, maybe more artistic stuff coming ahead. Like maybe you had something on the back burner, like, hey, I really want to do creative writing. I want to do drawings or illustrations, or maybe I want to get into crafting, but you're just going to be flowing with ideas, and now you want to do the stuff, and you have better idea of what's going on, with who you can trust, knowing more of your limits, what to expect from yourself and others. So it's like you going in feeling refreshed and having more knowledge under your belt, so you know how to approach these new situations. And also talks about messages, so maybe a lot more communication with you and others. It's about being curious, so maybe you discovered something that you're into that you didn't know you were, something new that really sparked your interest, and now you want to look into that more and develop that more. You have a lot of plans, you want to do all the things, many ideas, and you have all the opportunity to pursue what you want or what you're curious about. So it's just like the planning phase. Okay, I have the means, I have the resources. What do I want to do? In what order? How do I want to do it? So very cool stuff. So we're going to get to the fourth card, the near future. Fast forward a bit and just see where you're going with all of this. And we get Seven of Wands, which is featuring a wild boar piglet. Little baby wild boar. Seven of Wands. Let's go. Look at him. He's so defensive. He's ready to fight. Okay, competition, persevere, challenge, taking a stand, you're at an advantage, holding your ground, trying to stay on top, courageous, confident, challenge, confrontation, determined. So again, first we talked about the group card of justice and maybe this idea of a group. So even though you're in a better place now, more ideas, you know, you have to compete maybe with others, like leader of the pack, or maybe you have to put yourself out there, but it's a harsh world and there's a lot of competition. So like say you're starting a business, what can you do to give yourself an edge or the advantage that others don't have? So it's a lot of putting yourself out there, holding your ground because you believe in what you're doing. You don't want to give up. You don't want to say lose if it was like a game or a fight or something or a battle. You have the courage to pursue it and stay at it and with it because you really want to achieve or grow whatever it is that you're doing or what's in store for you. Also, being determined and having confrontation, so you're not afraid to stand your ground. You're not afraid to tell people, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going. I want to bear this. I want to see where I go. I want to do, basically. And I'm doing. Fight me if you don't like it. So with that, we're going to get the fifth and final card, which is going to be the long-term results, or maybe the far future end game credits, GG, final raid boss. We get the King of Swords, featuring a whale shark. So let me pull up that guy real quick. Oops, that's cups. Where's swords? Just quickly, I love this tarot deck. Dude, me too. I was at Anthrocon last year, which is sadly it's coming up in like 2.5 weeks, and I can't go this year. But last year I was at Anthrocon, which is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I'm into tarot for a while, like 4 or 5 years maybe, I really got into it, took it up to the next level. And I only worked with the major arcana cards, so I was only familiar with the 22 cards. But I wanted to do more. I wanted to get into the complete deck, which is like 76 or something, or 78 cards. So when I was at Anthrocon, someone was selling decks, a full deck. I was like, oh shit, I'm so getting there. And it was animal themed, so I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, I was just so stoked to get a full deck. Like, I didn't have to order it online. It was just there for me to buy. So I was like, I'm sold. I didn't even really look at the images. I mean, I still like them, but like I was just sold on the fact that the person had a complete deck for sale. So I thought that was really cool. So King of Swords, intelligence, truth, power, rational, balanced, innovative, cooperation, strength, committed, clarity. So it's almost like full circle. You have power through your own efforts and achievements. You're innovative, which before the card talked about creativity, imaginative, inspiration and all that. Cooperation, you've learned to trust again and that people can count on you as well. And you both team up. You can achieve more if you team up to do stuff if you're on the same wavelength. Also, you being committed to your actions and beliefs. You're very rational. I like how it says strength and power, so both very empowering or emboldening or embiggening terms. But I like the clarity because you're thinking clearer. You've been, you've been around a lot, so you have more perception and stuff. You smarter. You know how to apply that. But the biggest thing is your bullshit meter, your bullshit detection is much higher, so you have a smaller threshold for putting up with like people being fake and their bullshit or their lies. Like you'll see not right through them, but pretty much have stealth detection, as if this was like a RTS game. A good full circle, and then now we get a bonus card, which is just a oracle card, a quick positive message type of thing, and we get the owl, which represents night vision. Well then, with the stealth detection that you got, now you have night vision on top of that hot dog. People won't be able to sneak up on you. Maybe you have more clarity at night. Maybe you're more at ease. And, people are usually not nocturnal, so we're usually in bed when it's nighttime. So maybe you'll find some inspiration and new options during the night or during a time that it's not quote unquote normal for you. Pretty cool. Hope that was good for you. Invulnerable Water Bear. And then we just shuffle up and we go again. Yeah, I really like the artwork. And this whole deck, so there's like 76 cards. They're all done by a different artist. Or if not, most of the cards are done by a different artist. So it's a collaboration that Clover Puff did. And she was selling the decks at her table at Anthrocon. I have some old full decks from the 20s, but this art is amazing. Sadly, I seldom use them nowadays. I fall more into sonnences of saying, I forgot how you say it, sonnets? Scenes? I forgot the word. I know what it is, but I forgot how you pronounce it. And evocations, always as lucid dreaming and spirits' quests. I love the deck. I want to go with authentic deck or the traditional artwork. I think that would also be cool. Because I'm very much a fan of the traditional, like, that type of era of art style, I guess. Medieval fantasy or just medieval style. I don't know what you call it, or if it has a particular name. Renaissance, medieval, fantasy, or just really old school. Yeah, just going to do a big little shuffle and then we'll get on to the next. All right, let me just take down the timestamp. 2:15:20. Okay, so next on the list we have sane biker raccoon, opposed to I guess being an insane biker raccoon. So insane biker raccoon, we do a 5 card spread. Tells a little story about what's going on with you, where you're going, what's up, maybe any pitfalls along the way. Second card is the obstacle, and we play that in reverse. And reverse cards have alternate meanings. And there are also some other RNG chances to get a reverse card, but we'll worry about that, or I'll explain it when it comes up, if it comes up. So for starters, we get the Empress, which is represented by a Pomeranian. And already a very bountiful progress card. The OG decks, medieval art on it. I think the aesthetics aren't that important, but it gives an extra bit of oomph. Yeah, because I'm gonna make my own deck one day. I'm gonna do like Kickstarter for it and all that. When I get closer to completing it, maybe have like not a stretch goal, but as like a super supporter. If you want your OC in a card, I could do that, but that would obviously require a bigger pledge amount. But I just have ideas, but I can't start any official like Kickstarter thing until I get at least like 50% done. And it's a very long time. And I know a lot of Kickstarters, I feel bad. I see they start, they get funded, but then they never get finished and a whole bunch of drama. So I want to be able to be in a spot where I start a Kickstarter or something, get funding for it, and I can confidently produce the work and get it done in a reasonable amount of time. I believe it's some sort of waiting for it for now. Sure thing, Aniv. Why not? Anyway, back to the reading. The Empress, beauty, nature, and abundance, motherly slash or divine feminine, nurturing, healing, love, comfort, fertility, good harvest, fortune, and success. So, okay, good stuff happening. Maybe you worked hard, get a good spot in your life. Things are all looking up. Things are fine. This is nice. You have what you need. You have caring ones around your other family, friends, good harvest, good situation, you're a good place in your life. Basically, things are looking cool. So that begs the question, what's in store? So we're going to get to the second card, which is the obstacle. Could represent a difficult raid boss, a bump in the road, being cock blocked, something impeding your journey, something maybe you have to get over, or some internal struggle or demons you have to conquer, just something so you can move forward. And these cards are played in reverse. So we get the lovers, represented by lovebirds. So normally means love, relationships, value, comfort, trust, healing, but since it's in the obstacle spot, it's going to be in reverse, and that means it's going to have opposite meanings. So let me pull that up real quick. So normally love, relationship, values, sharing and trust, yada yada, but we got it in reverse, so it's going to mean bad choices, partnerships ending. Yet you also have freedom, lack of commitment, fear of commitment, marital issues, dishonest, disagreements, indecisive. So maybe things are going bad in the house. If you have a partner, maybe things aren't going so well. Maybe you with someone and people being honest, or I don't want this anymore, I want something else, and you two can't come to an agreement, so hence a breakup. It can also be with friends or family, cutting people out. Maybe there's toxic people in your life, and you're like, I need out. So it's just like differences, and maybe you both can't come to an agreement. It could also be something with work. Maybe work is pushing your buttons too much or expecting too much for you, and you're asking for help or like a raise or something, and they're like, no, just work harder. We'll figure it out later. So you almost standing up for yourself. But then also the card talks about being dishonest. It's either you being dishonest with others or others being dishonest with you, or you can even be being dishonest with yourself. Maybe everything's not fine, you know it, but you're like almost lying to yourself. This is fine. I just got to get through it. Just got to work it. It'll work it. It'll fix itself over time. Then the card also talks about disagreement. So again, that could also lead to breakups of many kind, not just relationships or marriage, but friendships, jobs, work, gigs. It also talks about being indecisive, so you're not quite sure what to do or pull the trigger. Should you save these friendships, partnerships, opportunities? Should you let them go? So just a lot of confusion. You've been thrown into a pit of confusion, and now maybe keeping these things in mind, you can work towards getting out of it. The FBI operative says, "As above, so below." So now we're going to get to the third card, which represents positive influences. So good job in working those things out, or seeking help, or just keeping those warnings in mind, maybe so you never fall into that pit. And we get Seven of Cups, which is represented by a European badger. That is oddly specific, but I won't argue. So let's go to Cups. I think this might be like another warning card, but let me pull it up and we'll get right to it. Okay, the Seven of Cups. Opportunities, choices, wishes. Not focus, confusion, lots of options. Fantasizing, feeling lost, indecisive, visions, dreams, and choices. So holy cow. The last card talked about, well, being indecisive and confusion and all that. So this is, I feel like it's directly responding to the previous card. So you're not focused, you don't know. So you have a lot of choices and opportunities. You have a lot of visions, you have a lot of imaginations, you want to do a lot of things, you're fantasizing, but you feel there's too much to do. You're not sure what you want to focus on. Hence being indecisive and feeling lost because you have all these options, but maybe you can only do one at a time. So like you can do all the things. You may just have to prioritize in what order, or it may take so long to do all the things that you're not sure you can do them all. But now it's like, okay, what does my heart desire? What does my imagination? What does my spirit want? What do I want as a person? What do I want financially or socially? There's just a lot of, you're in your mind right now. Head games, mind games are going on. And you have some choices to make, decisions to make of what you really want to do, how you want to do it. I'm not sure if it's maybe necessarily the right thing, but you just have all these opportunities ahead of you. So it's like time to really, not that you're not serious, but like get even more serious. Like time to get serious, time to buckle down, time to really think on what you want to do and proceed with that. So with that, we're going to go to the near future and fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a little bit, and we get the Tower, which is represented by a fawn. Love the artwork on that card. And if anyone knows the Tower, big things are about to happen. Let me pull it up. Sorry, the Tower. Change, chaos, awakening, blow up who you thought you were. Time to clear things. Shock. Major transformation. Letting go of what binds you. Unavoidable change. Surprises. Liberation. A new job. Loss. Even more change. So I like this card because it says change is coming, whether you're ready or not. So you can either embrace it or run from it or avoid it. But no matter what, it's here to stay. Change is coming. Basically deal with it. It usually means that in a more positive way because it talks about surprises. I like how it says a new job. So maybe a new opportunity came up and you took that, got you out of a rut, helped you out, moved up in the ranks, if you will. I like how it says blew up who you thought you were, and the liberation and letting go of what binds you. So maybe you care too much about external validation or other people's view on you or society's expectation of you and what's expected from you. But you're like, I determine that. I'm me, not you. You don't decide how say I dress or present myself or what I eat or how I act. Like I'm me. I'm an individual. So maybe you're embracing yourself more now, or maybe you're putting on an act and now you're dropping the act and you're like, you know what, the world can just see me for how I am. You can either love me or not and leave, but like you're tired of putting on acts and facades and all this like fake stuff, even maybe for work, certain friend groups, family, maybe you act different online, maybe you act different at home. You just want to be the genuine, authentic you. And then that's going to feel so good and liberating because you're not spending that energy into quote unquote pretending. You're just being more genuine. It also talks about surprises. So can't have no idea what those are. Could be good, could be bad, but I like the sound of the surprise. So I look forward to that. Shock can be many things, job change, friendships ended, new friendships started, someone passed away, someone was born, yada yada. There's so much with that one. But I like how it's just unavoidable change. So get ready or not, here the change comes. So now we're going to get to the fifth card. Sorry for the table wobbling so much. You get to the fifth card, and that's the long-term results, end game, roll credits, final raid boss, whatever. with the Knight of Swords featuring a bighorn sheep. So let me go to Knight of S words. And we'll see what's in store. All right. Ambitious, driven, impulsive, rushing, quick change, new experiences, fearless, assertive, decisive, strength, and focused. So you got some forward momentum. Whatever the change was, you're even more enthused and psyched and hyped to do new things and tasks. Either again, it could be job, it could be friends and family, it could be relocating, moving, it could be even just your hobbies and passions. But now you want to do all the things. You feel strengthened that you can do all the things. Whereas before, you might have taken more than you can chew, more on your plate than you can handle. But now it's like, I'm going to attack things head on. Yes, I'm going to rush into them and jump to the next thing, but you're going to do it efficiently. So you may not be as in control of the order you do things, but you're going to be passionate in what you're doing, and you're just going to bang everything out. You're reading some comic books, you finish it, on to the next one. You play a game, you beat it. Where's the next game? You want to just like keep going. But I also like how it talks about being impulsive, because less control and you just do more instinctually. At least you have the ambition and the drive to do these things, and you have a better head on your shoulder, or a good head on your shoulder. So it's like, hells yeah, I want to do all the things. Now we're going to do a final oracle card, just a bonus to the reading, a little compliment to it. Independent, but still like a nice little treat or fortune cookie. We'll get Ursula Kent, which means family. So maybe either literal family or the family you make, either a community or in a community, but it's just saying, hey, you're closely connected with these people in your lives. Or it could literally mean remember your family, they remember you. You are a family, regardless of it's, I guess, you're related by blood or not. Could be a group of friends, could be a community, but just a sense of family there with you. So strong family values as well. So hopefully that was cool for you. Not involved, whatever. What was the name again? Sane Biker Raccoon. Hopefully that was a good, cool reading for you. And just shuffle some more, and we'll get to the next. And I'll change the song in a moment. Okay. So we're at 2:29:10. Okay, the next reading is for Forger of Pizza. I think you just make pizzas or you bake them, but hey, Forger of Pizza, I'm not going to argue. We do a 5-card spread. Second card is played in reverse. Let's begin. First, we got the Four of Wands featuring the Iberian Lynx. So let me pull that up and we'll get right into it. Where are you, Wands? 4. Oh yeah, song. Okay, Four of Wands. Joy, celebration, harmony, rest, peace, achievement, secure marriage, improvement, comfort, reward. So a very good card, happy card. In a nice place, things are good, harmony's going around, your joy, maybe this potential marriage in the future or relationship, or just taking a relationship to the next level. It can even be friendship. It can even involve work or job, taking that to the next level, like promotion. But either way, improvement, comfort, you're getting rewarded. It's harmony, just celebration, good vibes across the board. And that's what's, in my opinion, really important. And this is just the start. So more will make sense as we go along. Now we get the second card, which represents the obstacle. And that's not necessarily used against you. It might be heeding a warning that you should pay attention to. It could be, hey, you're in a funk, pay attention to this, or maybe used against you that you something you need to maybe overcome in order to proceed. And that card's played in reverse. So we got the King of Cups represented by a gecko, but it's going to be played in reverse and it's going to have alternate meaning. So I'm going to read a quick, brief description of the default meaning just to give you an idea of the card, and then I'll read the actual meaning. So we got Knights of Cups. Once it loads, of course, we'll get right to it. Okay, normally means charming, imaginative, romantic, and kindness. Because it's in reverse, it's going to mean an illusion, escaping, fantasizing, unrealistic, immature, tricky, insincere, and jealous. So maybe you're living a lie, maybe you're putting an act, I don't know. Maybe somebody hurt you, but maybe you spend more time living in fantasy land because you don't want to face facts of real life. Real life is also tough, so I don't blame anyone that wants to just chill and go be like a persona or something online or, whatever, but you're doing it in an escaping way. So instead of like a healthier, fun way, it's like when you're doing it out of like stress and escaping reality type of a thing. Also talks about being insincere. So maybe you're putting on an act or wearing a mask. It could be at home, it could be at work, it could be with friends, family, but something has you, well, so something has you in a weird funk, I guess, and you need to work this out. Or maybe it's a warning saying, hey, don't get full of yourself, ahead of yourself, or maybe some warning, you saw some real life warning signs that are pointing to this, but I don't know if this card is more of a warning or if you're there. So maybe you've been burned by people, you just want to vibe with people, you want to be happy. Maybe your past is coming to bite you in the ass. There's consequences for our actions, so maybe you did some not cool things, and now that even though you reconciled with it and both parties or whomever dealt with it, it's still kind of coming up. Or maybe you're just so burnt out from life, you just want to chill and have fun. But either way, just keep that in mind. We're going to get to the third card, which is positive influences. So you worked that out, you got through it, or you avoided falling into that rut. And we get the Page of Pentacles, represented by lap rabbits. Look how cute they are. But let's go to Pentacles. Okay, good. I did click page. All right. Page of Pentacles, manifesting financial opportunity, skill development, productive, new discoveries, being careful, good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new business, financial income, creating success. So good thing you heeded all those warnings. Heeded all those warnings, or if you fell in the rut, you got out. Good for you. Not easy. And now you can focus more on what you want to do in life, either it be your job, work, hobbies, passions, family, friends, even schooling, because it talks about skill development and educational opportunities. So maybe you want to get into something, but you weren't so sure about it because maybe you have to work a day job and you have less time to pursue those things you want to do or try, or you have such limited time, say after work, that's like, okay, I just want to chill and relax. But maybe you had something on the back burner. So say if maybe you discovered you like crafting or maybe doing artwork, you're like, I kind of want to pursue that more and really get into it, not just like try it, like, or maybe you do just try it and you get really into it and you're like, I kind of want to do this even more now and possibly make it a career or a solid side hustle or gig, or just you want more from something and you're going to go and get it and do it. So it's like it could be artwork, music. I don't know the context of your stuff or situation or what you're into, what you have in the back burner, but I just like it because it's more learning, getting better, being creative, and training. It's the training arc in anime for you, so to speak. So good job. We're going to get to the fourth card, which is the... How can I make this rattle less? 1 second. What is causing... I don't know. Sorry for all the rattling. So we get to the near future and fast forward a bit and just see what's up. And we get the tower, yet again, represented by a fawn. So we had that last reading, but shuffling the cards, it's could come up again, and it did. So change, major transformation, blow up who you thought you were, liberation, let go of what binds you, unavoidable change, awakening, chaos, loss, a new job, letting go of what binds you. So again, maybe the thing you're pursuing is really liberating. You feel better, things are flowing. It's more what you're into, what you care about. And maybe you're tired of because the other card talked about the second card talked about fantasy, not necessarily living a lie, but so this is talking about, I'm going to be more genuine me, whether you, as in the world, likes it or not. I'm tired of putting on multiple masks, multiple acts, or different groups of people, or work, or employers, friends, and family. You just want to be an authentic, genuine you everywhere. So no more hiding, no more living a fantasy. You're bringing that, or at least you're bringing the fantasy to life. So it's also very liberating because you're bringing something that was a fantasy, but you're finding a way to make it real and also be genuine and sincere at the same time. Also talks about a potential new job, so good on you if you found a new job or something you're looking for, I guess. Because, you may be all set with your job, I don't know. But always a new job. Also, a new job could be a child. People say congratulations on the job, meaning, having a kid. Also talks about surprises, so maybe things are in store that you're unaware of, or things you didn't know you were into, you got into and pursued those, and it led to good things. Time to clear things and pick up the pieces. So it's just like literally change is coming, whether you are ready or not, or if the world is ready or not, change is here. It's coming. So with the next card, we're going to get to the far future, or long-term results, end game, end credits, or final boss. And we get the Emperor, represented by a Sumatran tiger. Okay, he has a little crown. All right, let's go to the Emperor. I think it means like hard work and stability and strong structural foundation, but let's take a look. Authority, structure, control, master thinker, loyalty, fatherly figure or divine masculine, family, safety, new beginnings, secure, authority, order, power, influence, achievement, success, respect. Did I already say security? No. Security, fearless, and progress. So come a long way. You worked hard. You've established yourself, got recognition and respect from others, higher social status, if you will. Maybe promotions with jobs. Maybe people are starting to recognize you because you're being more genuine or saying good job. But you're being recognized more. You have achievements. You have success in what you did and followed. So people are going to respect that. There's no influence, so that's a pretty interesting one. So maybe you have influence over others, or you can, I won't say influence or convince people to do things, but you might inspire people to do things because of what you've done. Also talks about structure, building yourself a solid structural foundation so it doesn't crumble. Master thinker, I guess you're more wiser. Loyalty, you choose who you're loyal to, so that could be a person, a company, anything, but you're being loyal not because you have to or obligation, but because you want to. You give your loyalty. You don't, it's earned. It's not like from others, but you're saying, here, I'm loyal to you because I choose to. I'm not being tricked, not being bullied into being loyal. I'm here because I want to be loyal. Like how it talks about safety and family. So you might be like a father figure to some. You might be a sense of comfort to people knowing they can go to you. Maybe without fear of judgment. And also talks about new beginnings. So that's pretty cool. New chapter in life. So close the books and on to the next project, game or thing or hobby. But you're still, you're better off from your experience. But now it's like maybe new game plus or another game you're really looking forward to playing. And now you can start that new game. And since you played a bunch of other games, you're obviously better equipped to handle the next game or task that is coming up for you. So with that, we're going to do a bonus oracle card, which is just to complement the reading, completely independent, but can also be a part of it, like a fortune cookie. The candle, which represents hope. So there you go. You're hopeful. Things are going to work out. You've been putting in the hard work and effort and doing it smartly. You're not just blindly putting in hard work. You're putting in the effort. And it's inspiring everyone around you. And you have a hopeful future. Others having hope because they see the progress you're making so they can take confidence in you. So Forge Your Pizza, I hope that was cool for you. And now I'm going to shuffle and jump right into the next reading. And I'll change the song shortly. Shuffling a little more and we'll get right to it. Okay. 242 20. Okay, the next reading is for Bakers of the Dozen. Very interesting name. Let's give it a go. All right, Bakers of the Dozen, we do a 5-card spread. Second card is played in reverse. Reverse cards have alternate meanings, so we're going to just take a look at your script, your story, your book, whatever you have it, game we're playing, and we'll just see how it goes. So you get the 6 of Wands, represented by Fancy Goldfish. So let's pull that up. Sorry, 6 of Wands. Yeah, I'm going to change the song real quick for myself. Okay. Okay, success, recognition, confidence, accomplishments, reward, good news, achievement, confidence, encouragement, winning, promotion, progress, forward momentum. So maybe you got a new job or promoted at a job. Talks about achievements and confidence. So through your hard work, it's being recognized, you're getting rewarded, much success. Things are just looking really up for you in general. Good news is coming. Encouragement. So you've been empowered and emboldened and emboldened along the way. People encouraging you to succeed and strive. So very cool to see where this is going because this is only the beginning. So the second card is the obstacle. And that's going to represent something not used against you, but something you have to pay attention. Maybe something needs to be brought to your attention to deal with. It could be inner turmoil, emotional baggage from the past, be stuck in a rut, what have you. But let's see what we get. We get the 4 of Swords featuring the crow. So let's go to 4 of S words real quick and take a look at what it might mean. Normally it means rest, meditate, and relax, and retreat and slow down, like take a break. But it's in reverse, so it's going to mean taking action, feeling recharged, well rested, keep going, but you also feel burned out. You're feeling stuck and you're overthinking. So maybe you want to do all the things, even though you feel empowered and really inspired and jazzed up to do stuff, but you're feeling recharged, you're well rested. You keep pushing yourself and going, but you're burned out. So you're going to start overthinking stuff. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to not gaslight yourself. You're going to start thinking what's up. And maybe you just doing too much and you simply just need to take a break, even though in your mind, yeah, I can keep going, I can do all the things, but your body is telling you something else. So you feel rested, you keep going, but something is burning you out. So that could be something dead end job, it could be friendship, relationships, it could be a passion not working out. So you need something to rekindle yourself because you don't want to get extinguished. You don't want to, sorry, you don't want to stay burned out. So it's like, let's try to identify what's going on. I don't feel like this is a warning card. This is more like you're here now. Let's try to get you out of it. So you got a lot of thinking to do. You work that out, or maybe get help along the way. You get out of that rut. You get unburned out. You actually recharge. And we get to the third card, which represents positive influences. And we get the Hanged Man featuring a fruit bat. It's cool because it has a bat hanging upside down, and the Hangman card is someone hanging upside down. Let's pull it up because I know the card means new perspective and letting go and surrendering and going with the flow. New perspective, let go, surrender, delays, new perspective, letting go, acceptance, sacrifice, calm, delays, stuck. So this card is saying it's fine to be stuck and burned out in delays because you're going to let go, go with the flow. You're going to accept you're here in this rut, but you also accept and acknowledge that you're going to get out of it and work towards it. But it's going to cause more delays because you have to think and plan more, but you are going to get out of it. And through that experience, it talks about you're going to have a new perspective on things. It could be life, it could be people, it could be just opinions, it could be something about yourself or something you're doing, it could be a passion, but you have pretty much a new outlook because you took the time to take a step back to see the bigger picture and study it. And before, maybe you were unconsciously resisting it and refusing to see the bigger picture or heed warnings. But now it's like, okay, I'm burned out, I'm slowed down, I have the time now to take a step back, smell the air, smell the roses, and really pay attention to what's going on. It also talks about sacrifices. So maybe in order to proceed and better yourself, you're going to have to make some tough choices and sacrifice or let go of something. But I like the idea of the card more. Is letting go, you surrender, and you go with the flow. So very feng shui-ish. So pretty cool. Now we're going to fast forward to the near future a little bit just to see how things are going, how your progress is coming. And we got the Page of Cups featuring a frog. Let's go to Cups and go to Page. Okay, Page of Cups, insights, messages, creativity, comfort, possibilities, imagination, inspiration, curious, talents, ideas, plans, opportunities. So, very good card because a lot of forward momentum. You're full of ideas now and inspiration. So you want to pursue more things that interest you, even new things. You just want to go for it. You have more insight now because you're kind of in that weird rut and really thinking and taking a step back. You just have better insight overall. Comfort, so maybe people take comfort in you, or you're more comforting to others, or maybe you just feel more at ease and you yourself are comforted. That's so curious, so you want to do more, you want to learn more about the world or things that interest you, or even things you don't know yet, or like subconsciously, or even just something new pops into your lap. You're like, oh, this is interesting. I want to know and learn more about it. So it's just very good in my opinion, or fun. But also talks about talent, so and inspiration. So maybe you're going to apply yourself more or do things you want to do more. So say, I don't know if you do or don't do, say, artwork, because I'm always going to default to this because it's what I do, like drawings and stuff. So maybe you thought about it, had it on the back burner, and now it's like, okay, I want to take that further. I want to see where it goes. I want to execute that. I'm more into it. Like I want to pursue things more, get more knowledge under my belt, more fun, more passion. Talks about messages, so maybe you start communicating or talking to people more. It can also be more just reading books, but I just like the idea of the creativity, the inspiration, and the curiousness because that just leads to, my opinion, better good times. So now we're going to fast forward to the far future, long-term results, end game, final boss, end credits, whatever you want to call it. And we get the Emperor Penguin yet again. which is the King of Pentacles. We saw this earlier in the stream today, but we're going to see a lot of repeating cards. So King of Pentacles, wealth, security, but yet stubborn. Progress, practical, satisfied, content, wealth, success, hard work, achievement, leadership. So you worked hard to what you want to do. You got to a level where you felt good at, that you don't have to pursue it more, but you could if you want to. But you also maybe want to do other things. So you got your skill in whatever. It could be job, a relationship status, your own artwork, or learning, or college, university, to a certain level. You feel good. You know what you like. And now you're like, I want more. But at the same time, you're also content with not wanting more. Because you have your sense of security, your wealth, your hard work paid off, bared fruit. And you unlocked an Xbox achievement. Talks about leadership, so maybe people go to you for advice, or maybe they want to do what you did because they saw how good you executed it and quote unquote how you turned out. So they might seek you for guidance for either projects, jobs, or you just simply tell them and share what you did. But at least you have a good, bright future. But now you're also more stubborn because, again, you know what you like. Things have been going good for you, so you might be a little full of yourself. You're like, well, it worked for me, so this is how it must be, even though everyone's experiences are different. But they're all very overall positive. So, sorry. So now we're going to do a bonus card, which is an oracle card, just a positive message, encouragement, fortune cookie. And we get the cow, which represents care. So self-care maybe, or just care for others, or others caring for you. But overall, very warming, positive vibes. Hi, and welcome in, Being Awake. All right, so Bakers of the Dozen. I hope that was cool for you. I'm gonna shuffle the deck and go again. On to the next reading. I do a couple more and call it. The queue's too big. I will have to do another one sometime. So I at least try to do like about 10 or 12 a stream. I do this time 5, 6, 7, 10. So I did 11, so I might do 12. Let's see, 11. How many do I have left in the list? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I also have 11, so I'm right in the middle. So I might just do one more, maybe two. Well, I just got a different song for my entertainment. Okay, get the timestamp going, write it down. 253, 254. Okay, this reading is for the Southern Winds 5574. Alrighty. Well, the Southern Winds, I do a 5-card reading. Second card is played in reverse. Reverse cards have alternate meanings. Let's jump right into it. Page of Pentacles. Seen that guy a lot this stream. And it's represented by lap rabbits. All right, Page of Pentacles, manifesting financial opportunities, skill development, productive, new discoveries, being careful. Good financial news, eager to learn, educational opportunities, thrifty, determination, patience, building a solid foundation, new business, financial income, creating success. So things are looking really good for you on the start. You got ideas, you're doing, you're progressing. It could be either with work, be hobbies and passions. It could be with friends or family. It could be anything, but just things are forward momentum. Talks about potential new business. So maybe you got something cooking on the back burner, or maybe you had an idea that you launched and it's successful, or maybe you have plans to do something and like launch something. Talks about eager to learn and educational opportunities. So maybe you know what you want to do, but it requires some skill and knowledge, and you basically hitting the labs or hitting the books. So talks about you having patience, so you know it might take a while before things bear fruit. You're being productive though, and then along the way, you have new discoveries. So you might even discover something else you're into that you didn't know that you were before, and maybe you want to pursue or build that. Also talks about good financial news and success. So pretty, very good overall, happy start. The second card's going to be the obstacle, the bump in the road, cock block, raid boss, or something in your way that you, or something you might need to overcome, or maybe just simple warning. And those are played in reverse, and reverse cards have alternate meanings. The second card is we get the Page of Wands featuring a Kokwa. Cute little guy, but he's going to be like that. So let's go to Page of Wands. It's near the top, Page of Wands. All right, Page of Wands normally means ideas, potentials, and inspiration and growth. But this one's in reverse, so it's going to have alternate meanings. Unhappy, bad news, impulsive, unreliable, trouble, lack of energy, discouraged, and obstacles. So how funny we talk about obstacles when this card slot itself represents it. So maybe the thing you wanted to do wasn't the answer, or maybe you rushed into it and then now it's more difficult than you thought, or maybe it's just simply a bad choice, or I would say the wrong choice, because there's not really any right or wrong, but you made a choice. And now you're kind of unhappy with it. Maybe it's something you're into, but then the more you did it or learned it, you realize this isn't what you want to do, but now you feel like you invested so much time in it that you're not sure what to do, because it's like, I spent so much time and resources into this. Then it talks about being impulsive, so maybe just jumping around doing things out of habit or just OCD and stuff. Also talks about being trouble, so maybe now you're bringing trouble to people, or you are trouble, or you're troubled, like disturbed. Talks about being unreliable, so maybe through this spiral downwardness, you're just like, nah, dude, I gotta do me. Or people are like, hey, you want to hang out? You want to grab a bite to eat? You want to talk? You got time? You just like, or maybe you want to please everyone, but you don't want to tell people that you're kind of in a burned out funk right now. So you'll make promises, but then you won't go through with them, or commitments, or meetups, or whatever you want to call them. And it also talks about lack of energy and being discouraged because, well, naturally things aren't working out, especially if you like really believed in it or were into it. You're gonna feel discouraged. You're gonna feel low motivated, low energy, LT, if you will. It talks about obstacles, so maybe more, again, maybe the task was too much for you to ask from you, and you have to consider retreating. So this card may be a warning, or maybe you did fall into this rut, but either way, you got to get through it, work it out, or maybe don't, if you're not in there, don't stay on the good path and don't fall into that pit. So now we're going to get to the third card, which represents positive influences. So hopefully you got through that and now can reap the benefits. We get the Queen of Pentacles, represented by the Lunar Moth. Let's go down to Queen. Nurturing, secure, doubt. Organized, fertile, prosperous, abundant, ownership, good things, security, common sense, solid foundation, resourceful. You are worth it. So this almost kind of jumps back a little bit to the first card. Well, it is about pentacles, but good things are happening. Things are going good. You're organized. You have a better idea and strategy how to execute what you want in life. Again, it could be work, job, hobbies, passion, just things you want to do. Since you had that minor setback and burnout, you're more resourceful because you had less to work with, but now you're in a better position, so you can make more, but yet you have less, if that makes any sense, or less than before. So much more resourceful. You are worth it. So you're knowing that your hard work and efforts aren't being wasted. It might be, if it's with a company, maybe you're working for someone else, but you know you put in the work, you know you're into your work, you know you're passionate, you know you're worth it. So that creates a sense of security and good things that come around. Just like a good positive boost, I guess, if you need that. The card also talks about doubt, so maybe you're not sure how this happened. Was it your hard work? Was it by luck or chance? But you just have slight doubt, even though everything's looking way better. There's still like doubt at the back of your mind. So, if keeping that in mind, we're going to go to the fourth card, the near future, and fast forward just a little bit to see where you're at, what's going on, how you're doing. And we'll get the Queen of Cups, represented by the Maine Coon cat. Let's go to Cups and go to Queen. Caring, intuitive, compassion, nurturing, feelings, sensitive, imaginative, empathy, counseling, generous. So maybe, sorry, now in a better position of power or social status, or you got through the hardships, maybe even like a job promotion, better, just things are going forward. You're leveled up in a sense, like it's an RPG. You're going to have empathy and compassion for people. Maybe you see people making the same mistakes you did, and you want to share with them, hey, I've been there. This is how I got out of it. So you can be like a source of inspiration to people and giving them like self care tips, or maybe, hey, if this isn't working out, let me tell you a story. And the story, they can take it for granted, they can take it or leave it, they can be inspired by it, they can be disgruntled by it, but at least you're willing to share. I guess the good thing is you're willing to listen to people and even give them advice. And it talks about generous, so maybe you're in a better position, maybe you want to help fuel other people, say like artists, and every artist has a rough start and even rough life. It never ends, so you maybe want to nurture some of those artists and help them grow. So giving, a lot of giving yourself, but you're feeling a lot better. You have more empathy and compassion. You're more aware of people's emotions and feelings. You're more aware of your limits. You know how to be caring. You know how to not be a douchebag. And you still have your imaginative and creativity, which is always awesome in my opinion. And it's all genuine. It isn't for show. It's like you actually care about people. So with that, we're going to get to the fifth card, which is the far future, long-term results, end game, ending credits, final boss, pop quiz. Let's go. And we get the Page of Swords, represented by a Kermode bear. Kermode bear. Page of Swords. Let's go. All right, Page of Swords. Ideas, curiosity, desire for knowledge, changes, insight, travel, defensiveness, decisive, seeing an overview, innovative, protective, fairness. Come a long way, evolved even more. Changes are happening. Have better insight. Travel might be in your future and relocation or just seeing the world. Defensiveness might be as you've been burned by people. You know, you've been taken advantage of. Now you know who you can trust and who to let into, I guess, your little circle. So you're going to be on guard more, but not out of fear, but out of just protecting yourself, period. It's not like an impulsive or compulsive fear. Like it's just more like you can read people better. You're standing your ground. Also being decisive too, so you're making more clutch decisions, more better choices. You're innovative and ideas, and you want to do more. You have great ideas. You want to execute them. Also talks about being protective. So not only are you more defensive about yourself, you're protective of others around you, maybe family members, friends, loved ones, possessions, meanings, values. So it also talks about fairness. So you want to make sure everyone gets their fair share. Everyone's good. No one's left behind. No one's taking advantage of each other. You're keeping a leveled or even playing field for everyone. You want like truly, actually inclusive and not the bullshit kind, I guess, that people claim they are. Hopefully that was pretty good. And now, oh, and the card, sorry, I also talked about a desire for knowledge. So yeah, you definitely want to learn more, do more, see more of the world, and see what it has to offer, what inspires you. Maybe you'll discover things along the way that you didn't know you're into, and now you want to pursue those things more, which you wouldn't have done otherwise if you didn't go through this whole journey. So hopefully that was cool for you. And now we're going to get to a bonus oracle card to complement the reading with the Grim War, which equals study. So even the card is saying, hit the labs, hit the books. You might find something there that you like, or you got inspired to look into something, but you got really fascinated by it or really into it, and now you want to really dig deep on it and get into it even more. So also, it's almost like a form of dedication, but also just general study because it's very well self-explanatory. So the Southern Winds 5574. I hope that was cool for you. Okay, I'm gonna do one more and then probably call it because my keister is hurting and I have work tomorrow. I called out of work today because I worked Monday and Tuesday, but I'm getting over leg surgery or foot surgery, I should say. But it's kicking my ass. Even though they give me a chair at work, it hurts to sit now too, as well as stand and walk. So I have to really balance it. Most of my days now, I'll spend more time in bed, just being off my butt. I know I'm sure I'll get through it. Maybe by hopefully by July or maybe hopefully by August, I can be back to quote unquote normal. But we shall see. Doing some shuffling. These cards are fairly new and they're holographic and they have like a bumps and textures on the back, so it makes it harder to, I guess, do a traditional shuffle with them. So I'm just trying to really make care because I like shuffling it. Make sure I really distribute the cards good. Almost ready. Sorry for the wait. If anyone's interested or wants to know what's going on, I'm doing readings off a list. I'm linking people to VODs with the timestamp so they can get to their reading when it's convenient for them. If anyone's interested in a reading, it's free. One reading per stream for subscribers. $5 tip, or you can save up channel points. So even if you can't put money in towards it, don't sweat it. If you hang out long enough, you'll get the channel points and you get a free request that way. But for now, I'm just going to be going off the queue. I think I have time for maybe one more. We'll see. Maybe two. And welcome back, Chip. 308. Was it 308.25? Okay, this one is for Bar S Hot Dogs Forever. I am not a fan of that brand of hot dogs, but whatever, name's a name. Let's go. So, Bar S Hot Dogs Forever, we do 5-card reading. Second card represents the obstacle. Play that in reverse has alternate meaning. So let's just take a look at your story or script and just see where it goes. Knight of Cups featuring a gecko, or the gecko. Knight of Cups, where are you? And this is just the beginning, so we'll just see where it takes us. Charming, imaginative, romantic, new experiences, and offering. Kindness, intuition, follow your dreams, overly optimistic, moody, going with the flow. So you have a lot of ideas, you're charming, you have imagination, passion, if you will. You have a lot of, you're overly optimistic, even though your situation may be meh or whatever, but you just have such a good outlook on stuff. You're following your intuition, following your dreams. So whatever you're doing or want to get into or learn or pursue or do more of, it's genuine. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to pick something at random. Like, no, I'm doing this. We're doing this. It also talks about being moody. So that's when you're in your head, thoughts could disgruntle you, can share you up, but maybe you're more moody. Talks about going with the flow, which I'm a big fan of because Sometimes you try to do stuff and you fight the resistance too much. It doesn't come out good, or it's done poorly. Some things are going, when you're going with the flow, things happen more naturally and organically, and just everything flows better. Also talks about being romantic, so maybe you got something. I can't do it. Wow, my tongue is so dry. I was trying to do it with someone. There we go. And charming, so maybe people like how you present yourself or how you conduct yourself, but it's just a start. It's just a start, so we're going to see where it goes and plays out and how this all comes together. Okay, so the second card is going to be the obstacle, represents something standing in your way or something that needs to pay attention or a warning, or something you need to work out, or something maybe holding you back. And we get the Hanged Man, which is very funny. Once represented by a fruit bat, but the card's going to be upside down because it's in the obstacle position, so it's going to be reversed. So now the bat is no longer, the Hanged Man is no longer hanging. So let's go take a look at what it means in reverse. Okay, so we got the Hanged Man. Normally means new perspective, letting go and surrender, and acceptance. But, sorry, in reverse it means useless, victim mentality, unsatisfied, depressed. You refuse to let go, uncommitted, indecisive. So, oh no, maybe you fell into a rut. Maybe all those hopes and dreams you had of just, being in such a good mood and everything didn't work out. And now you just feel tossed aside like a spent torch, spit out like a chewed piece of gum. The victim useless mentality because you feel like down in the dumps, you're unsatisfied. Maybe you're not taking satisfaction in things you do anymore. Maybe you felt you wasted time with that, and it was something you really cared about or were into, but it wasn't bearing fruit. Turns out you weren't really into it, or you thought you were, but now you feel kind of like like I wasn't really into it, but now I've invested all that time into it. You feel down and depressed because, well, it's naturally going to keep all that. It's going to make anyone down. Talk about uncommitted, so maybe you didn't have your heart fully in it. And so refusing to let go, so maybe it didn't work out and you're refusing to let go of this dream and you want to try again. It also talks about being indecisive, so maybe you don't know if it's time to call it quits, pack up and do something else, or if you should just get on the wagon again and keep trying. It's like really a dilly of a pickle that you're in. But hopefully you work through it, get through it, make up your mind what you want to do, reevaluate the situation so you can move forward and not stay stuck in this rut because it sucks. So assuming you get through that, work it out, try something new, yada yada. We get to the third card, positive influences, and we get 5 of Pentacles. And don't let the Munchkin Cat fool you. This is kind of a depressing card. But let me pull it up. So it's funny, it's in the 5 of Pentacles slot, but the meanings are kind of a doozy. But let's just go. I'll pull up the chart. So it means lack mentality, worry, poverty, loss, difficulties, worries, depression, no faith, health problems, cold, and alone. So maybe you didn't work out those things, or maybe you did, but then you fell into another pitfall or trap. But here the thing is, it talks about loss, so it could be financial money, it could be loss of friends or family, a loved one, poverty, maybe the job stuff isn't working out, things are tight right now. So naturally, that's going to cause a lot of worry. Talks about depression, and the other last card did talk about that too. So it's just like you're feeling down in the dumps, feel like you don't have enough, potential health problems around the corner. Maybe because of everything happening, and you feel like so much like shit, it's starting to take a physical toll on your body. I know earlier this year I was in so much worry and disarray and stressed out. It was physically hurting and making me tired. Talks about no faith, so maybe because you tried again so hard to do what you believe in, trying to be passionate about what you do, putting your best foot forward and trying to generally be a good person, that you feel like it's not paying off. So it's like, will I ever get ahead? What's the point of doing the right thing or being passionate if it's going to get me nowhere? It talks about being cold and alone, so maybe you're isolating yourself from people, maybe in such a rut that everyone notices that they feel that energy. Now they're becoming more distant from you, and or maybe because you're in a rut or like financial woes, maybe people are afraid that you might ask them for money or something, so they're preemptively distancing themselves from you. So how do we take a positive influence twist on this? Maybe it's because you're in the spot, more opportunity to try and do different things, but you're going to have to manage your time and money and finances more. A lot of chance for self-reflection and look within, but that's just, silver lining talk. And I'm not trying to undermine or invalidate your feelings or emotions, but the card is played in a positive influence spot. The card itself, I guess, could be seen as very negative. So maybe double warning even is, hey, this is a critical mass warning now. Please pay attention. So now we're going to fast forward to the near future and see what's up. Just go in your journey and just see what's going on, how you're doing. And we get death, which is represented by the Canadian goose. So I'm really glad to see that, because that means things are on the rise. Very positive. Well, let me go down the list. It talks about death, leaving something behind, new beginnings, reborn. But here we go. Death, endings, change, transformation, letting go of the old, reborn, new beginnings, big transformation, libration, leaving the past in the past, empowerment, emboldenment, embiggenment, purging, grieving, personal transformation, closing old chapters, leave something behind. So very good. It's like as we died and reborn, or almost like a caterpillar in a cocoon becoming a butterfly. But you're leaving stuff in the past. Mistakes are made. You grew up. You learned from it. You moved on. You're not going to let this emotional baggage or whatever hold you back. You want to move forward in life. So it's almost like you cleanse yourself. You purge yourself of the shit. And now naturally you're going to feel empowered and reborn to a sense, because now you're closing a bunch of old chapters. You took the time, made better decisions, bettered yourself, and you want to keep doing that in life. And if with or without any support or friends or family or whatever, like, so in case you have like friends or family in this rut too, or acquaintances or whatever, like, hey, I kind of want to keep on living, so I've reconciled with this shit, cleanse myself of it. You're not going to forget that it happened naturally, but at least you're not going to let it bind you or keep you stuck or hold you hostage, emotionally hostage. Like, you're like, I'm freeing myself. I want to move on. I want more from life while I'm here. It talks about change, so changes are coming, conclusions. But the biggest thing is the emotional baggage. Leave that shit behind if you can. And then you're going to feel stronger, empowered, and emboldened and biggened, because you feel more in control now. You're reborn, new game, if you will, or new game plus, or whatever terminology you would like to use. So good job getting out of that huge negative spiral. Fifth card is going to be the far future, or more, it's actually the long-term results. I like to say far future, maybe end game, credit rolls, GG, final boss coming up. And we get the Devil, featuring the Victorian Crown Pigeon. Okay, so the Devil is a bit risque. Well, I guess people would see it mostly as being a negative card, but if it's in reverse, it has like better meanings, but it's played like this. So let's jump right into the Devil. I know it means like addiction, unhealthy validation, like greed and fear. So let's see. Addiction, sexuality, attachment, feeling stuck, negative thinking, temptation, dependency, unhealthy attachments, fear, greed, unhappy, and limiting beliefs. So even though you did better yourself, maybe you had to cut ties with people, or maybe you made the same mistakes and ended up in the rut again. But either way, you're feeling stuck because you thought you broke free from it, but you're still repeating the cycle. So maybe you need to find a way to break the cycle. Negative thinking, well, and fear and being unhappy all correlate together, because you're here again. You feel down in the depths. You probably feel like your heart dropped or is dropping, because you're like, it's happening again. Talks about dependency and unhealthy attachments. So maybe you haven't been able to become truly independent. And that could be metaphorical, physical, literal, money, financially independent, or as a person. But maybe you're relying too much on external validation, so you can't even take the own wins or value in yourself because we are our own worst critics. Then it talks about greed and fear, or sorry, greed. So maybe you feel like even though you made more money, things are looking up. You're afraid of getting back into that poverty, scary part of your life again. That you're holding on to more and you're more greedy. You have limiting beliefs because well, you're stuck in a cycle, so you can't see the world. You can't appreciate as much because you're stuck here. But it also talks about addiction. So maybe you, hopefully, you didn't get addicted to like booze or drugs or something, but or something in this never-ending cycle won't let you break it is some kind of addiction. So maybe one way to break the cycle again is to break the addiction. But if you don't know if you're addicted, it's like how can you know the problem if you can't identify it? So there may not even be a problem, or it could be bad luck, or you tried something and now it's back to the drawing board and you try again. So a very, very interesting card because there's or reading. Whoops, sorry, reading because it was very harsh. I forgot about the Oracle card. Let's go to the Oracle card for a quick boost and fun extra. The Witch of Endor, Premonition. So maybe you know shit's coming and going down, almost like a prophet, and you're preparing for it. So even though it's good or bad, you know something's coming, something's uneasy, but you know deep down something's going to happen or come to fruition. So it's just like, hey, kind of going to get ready for that, whatever it may be. It's like, how can you get ready for something if you don't know what it is? Well, yes, you can. You can emotionally get ready, mentally, physically stock up on something if you're like a fear of a drought. So there's plenty of ways to prepare for something, even if you're not sure what's actually coming. There are things you can do. Maybe do one more. That way for the next stream, it might be tomorrow or Friday. That way it could be a little shorter. So if I do a longer one now, at least. Or if I get more added to the queue, I'll have time to do them in the next stream. Because right now, if I stop now, I have another like 10 or 11 to do. And that took roughly 3.5 hours. So let's see if we can bang out another one. Just change the tunes for myself. Okay, 3/23/15. Okay, this reading is for Oshkosh Bagosh X. I don't know what Oshkosh Bagosh is. It was, I think, a hipster children's clothing store back in the day. Not really sure, but cool name. All right, so Oshkosh Bagosh, we do a 5-card spread. Kind of take a look at your story, what's going on with you, your script. Second card is played in reverse. It has alternate meanings, and I'll explain that along the way. So first we get 10 of Swords featuring a black cat. And look how sad he is. He's out in the rain, or all wet and cold. And just wants probably a warm meal and some shelter. Is that too much to ask for? 10 of Swords. Let's go take a look. Okay, wounds, loss, endings, crisis. Repeating patterns, stuck in old patterns, cycles ending, feeling defeated, change, time to let go. Negative thinking. And then the wounds, loss, and pains all over again. So maybe you're stuck again in the cycle. The cycle's coming to an end, but you're still stuck in old patterns, but you're finding a way to break the cycle and change. You want change, you need change. Time to let go. Maybe holding on to something that's literally keeping you in this pattern and repeating cycle. So it could be emotional baggage, it could be material things, it could be friendships or people, whatever. Just maybe time to let go or purge yourself, set yourself free from it if you can. Some people aren't aware they're stuck or have this emotional or physical baggage, or they're even stuck in a loop or a rut. But at least you acknowledge it. You're here. You're like, I want out. I don't want to be here. But anyway, you're in this repeating loop of sorrow, pain, and loss that you, of course, you're going to feel defeated, negative thinking, and all the bad stuff because shit just sucks right now. But that's just the first card to the story. So now we're going to get to the second card, which represents the obstacle. The obstacle is kind of represents maybe something used against you or something that needs attention to, maybe a warning sign, something cock blocking you, or a difficult boss in a game, or a bump in the road, a big hill and you can't quite walk up it. So something you kind of need to overcome. And we get the Knight of Wands featuring African wild dogs. But this is going to be played in reverse since it's the obstacle. So let's go back and take a look. Knight of Wands. Okay, normally it means impulsive, adventurous, and passion and being creative. But in reverse, it means impatient, indecision, stress, arguments, violence, challenges relocating, no energy, and frustration. This is challenges relocating, so I don't know if you got like a gig or job or maybe to move somewhere, but it's tough because maybe you haven't tied up loose ends back at home or like an old job, an employer, or friends and family, or maybe there's something where you currently are that you don't want to leave behind, so you're struggling. You have no energy because you're frustrated, nothing's working out. Oh, and the card also says violence, but we'll see how that goes. The arguments, so I guess a lot of chaos, or at least a lot of going back and forth, bickering, getting in other people's head, other people getting in your head, getting in your own head. You can't make up your mind. Maybe you're forced with a painful choice. And you're like, what do I do? What do? You try to um, overthink it or all the possibilities. You're impatient because there's a time limit. You want change, but you're maybe afraid of change. I don't know. And it's all, in the end, it's all stressing you out. So keeping those things in mind, maybe you can find a way to get out of that or move forward or make a decision and better yourself. Or if this is simply a warning, just keep these things in mind where you could end up if you don't heed the warning signs. But this card sounds more like you're in this rut now, so let's get you out of it and hope you move forward. The third card represents positive influences. So good job getting through that or working towards it at least. Or if it was just a warning, good job heeding the warnings. You didn't fall into that trap. The third card, positive influence, we got the Ten of Cups featuring a bearded dragon. So let me pull up Cups. 10. Turn on a light, get some more light in here. Ten of Cups, harmony, love, happy relationship. Dreams come true, togetherness, bliss. Happiness, love, relationships. Trust, security, hopeful, celebration, gratitude. So maybe making the move or taking the plunge or having the leap of faith paying off because now you're just in a better place. It could be moved in with a partner, found a relationship, maybe marriage, or maybe even just simple friendship, or maybe better job opportunity, promotion. Just the move is all just purely positive vibes. You're more hopeful for the future. You have a better sense of security. You're making your dreams come through and being passionate and just bringing things to life, doing more of what you want to do in life. You develop trust with others, or others develop trust with you. So again, forging relationships and friendships and a lot of trust. Also talks about just straight up love. So maybe you fell in love, or maybe you're moving in with someone, or maybe you moved and at the new location you happen to bump into someone and really hit it off with them. Also talks about gratitude, so you're very grateful for everything. You didn't forget everything that happened or the people that helped you along the way, what you went through. You have a nice appreciation for the world. It also talks about celebration, so maybe you hit a milestone of some kind and just, again, good vibes overall. So the fourth card is going to be the near future. We just fast forward a little bit just to see what's going on. How you doing? We get the Ace of Wands featuring a albino rat. And look at him, his little artist brush. Look at that shit. So Ace of Wands, let's go. Inspiration, growth, delays. Great news in relation to new beginnings. Everything is falling into place. See the potential, having a new idea or inspiration. So this is cool. There's delays, but good is coming. So it's almost like being patient or waiting for, like, you planted seeds and waiting for it to bear fruit and grow. But either way, you're growing, you're inspired, you're inspiring others. Great news is coming, or maybe an opportunity, either a new job, new gig, or something is starting. Everything's falling into place. Like time is right, like maybe organically, you're not forcing it, just things are all, it's all coming together. You see the potential in this, so you're gonna, work hard with it, passionate about it because you want it to grow, whatever it may be. And having a new idea or inspiration, so maybe you got along the way, you got inspired or influenced, and now you're jazzed up about something. And this could be that thing that you want to do more, not for, say, viewers or a following, or just because society expects it from you. You want to do more because you want to do more. You are inspired to do more. You want to do more things. You discovered more things, and you're like, "Ooh, I want to do that. I want to get into that." So very cool. Now we're going to get to the fifth card, which is long-term results, far future, end game, roll credits, GG, final boss, and we get the Hanged Man featuring the Fruit Bat. For this time, played in the normal position because the last reading we had, it was upside down. So let's go to the Hanged Man once again. I like this card because it talks about having a new perspective. So new perspective, let go, surrender, delays, acceptance, sacrifice, calm. I don't know why delays is listed twice or whatever. Feeling stuck. So you had much momentum, maybe through all these experiences, getting to new hobbies and passions, meeting new people, blah, 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 yada, yada. You have a new perspective on everything or life. You're learning more to surrender and let go and go with the flow. And the last card talked about that too a bit. It's about surrender, just acceptance. It is what it is. Whatever happens will be. I mean, naturally, you'll try to avoid bad stuff. Naturally, you will work hard and passionate towards things you care about. But at the end of the day, RNG, or it is what it is. So you're just going with it. Card talks about sacrifice, so maybe you had to sacrifice a bit of yourself to get to where you are today. But again, it's all in good growth. Talks about delays and feeling stuck, so maybe you stagnated or things start to slow down a bit, but you're still optimistic of the future and your own growth and potential. And well, this card is like literally, this is fine, the card, but without the fire, the memes. But it's like, this is fine in a good way, and more will come to you. And then you see more, and you see things differently now. Maybe things you didn't see or notice before now on your radar. So it's more general, like awareness and awakening. So I would say that's very cool stuff. Now I'm going to do a bonus oracle card just to complement the reading. Independent has a quick meaning of encouragement, or we get Perselius or whatever, interconnection. So there you have it. Get interconnected. Now with what? If it's people, things, or hobbies, passions, just everything's tied to each other's chain reactions, you name it. So just look within, see how things are related to each other, see how you can apply yourself to stuff, how things apply to you, how we're all really interconnected or just straight up connected. So hopefully that was cool for you. And let's see, what time is it? We're going to do one more, and then we'll head out. Start shuffling. I will be back maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. When I come home, I'm probably going to cook dinner and stuff, so that takes a while. Or maybe Friday, because I have Friday off. I do want to draw, but it's just been really hard lately starting the job again. I'm kind of burnt out from the artwork. Want to do more, just I know if I keep doing more right now, at least in this month, it's going to be hard. I do want to also get back to Super Metroid speedrunning, because that's like the thing I really want to do, but that's also been hard. But just take it as it goes. Because normally I like to do these readings like twice a month, but this month alone I've already done. This is the 5th tarot stream, so this year has just been booming with tarot readings, which is really cool. Because maybe in a year, on average, I'll do like 20. 20 streams, I mean. So the fact that I'm on 5 now, all in 1 month, I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Let's pull up the chart. With people, camera keeps bouncing. Maybe one day I can get a better tripod or something. 335. 335.30. Okay, this reading is for Ultimate Paimon. Now, I don't know, that's Paimon from Digimon, the villain at the end of the first season, or if it's Paimon from like fucking Genshin Impact or something else, but either way, Ultimate Paimon, I do a 5-card reading, read from your story or life script or whatever, or it's like a video game, just checking it out. Second card is the obstacle. I'll explain that on the way, but for now, we'll just go with the very first card to read you and see what's up. So we've got 7 of Pentacles, represented by dwarf hamsters. Let me go to the Pentacle chart and we will pull it up. 7 Century of Pentacles. All right, results, investment, bigger view, growth over time, reevaluating what you are growing, hard work pays off, patience, waiting to see the results, so much hard work, reflecting on growth, progress, time for change, not satisfied with the growth, reevaluating. This one is you're putting work into something, you're investing your time and efforts and energy into something. It's growing, it's good, it's bearing fruit literally, but it's at the same time you're staring at it, you're like, is this really what I want? Did I plant the wrong seeds? Should I have grown tomatoes instead? Was lettuce the right move? So kind of like that. But stuff takes patience and hard work. You have the time, you have the drive and passion. But again, the thing you grew or invested in, it's like, is this really what I want to do? So now you're second guessing yourself, you're rethinking everything. Is it time to move on to something else, or at least direct your energy and effort into something else? Not that you have to stop the first or initial thing, but like, do you want to focus like a laser beam on one thing, or do you want to spread out your time and efforts and energy and talents onto multiple things? But it's time for a change. You just don't know if it's just yet, or it's coming up, or if it's now. So a lot of thinking and contemplating. So the second card we go to represents the obstacle, and that card is played in reverse, theoretically not used against you, but it might be a warning sign or be like, hey, this is cock blocking you or impeding your path to forward momentum or growing or moving, so just pay attention. It could be a warning, bump in the road, a trap in the ground, you don't want to fall in it. So we get 4 of Swords, which is the crow, but it's going to be in reverse, so it's going to look like that. So let me pull up 4 of S words. And I'll quickly, briefly describe what it means normally, and I'll tell you what it means for your reading. So normally it means rest, meditation, relax, and taking a break, withdraw. Basically rest and patience, but it's in reverse, so it's taking action, feeling recharged, you're well rested, you keep going, you're working hard, but the problem is you're burned out, you're feeling stuck, and you're overthinking. So I can see the overthinking applying to you, reevaluating what you're putting your efforts and time into. So maybe you're letting it get into you're getting into your head too much, and now you're being indecisive. Talks about feeling stuck and burned out because you're trying to do all the things. You're trying to make sure whatever you do it with extra care, make sure it comes out good, but then you're burning yourself out, feeling stuck because, again, you don't know where you want to direct your energy to or what to do. So it's just like, do I start from scratch? Do I go back to the drawing board? Do I keep pursuing this even though I'm not really that satisfied with it? But at least it talks about well rested and feeling recharged because you've taken the time to do this. And it talks about taking action. So you are making up your mind more and more as time goes on what you actually want to do and focus your energy on. But again, at the same time, you feel burned out because you're like, I can take on the world. And then later you're like, I can't take on the world. Assuming you got through that, heeded the warnings, worked through that, and got out of that rut or pit, you're going to get to positive influences, which is the Empress, represented by a Shelby. And the Empress is a very fruitful, bountiful, good vibe card. So let me pull that up. Okay, beauty, nature, abundance, motherly or divine feminine, nurturing, healing, love, comfort, fertility, good harvest, fortune, and success. So maybe you made up your mind, you've really figured out what you want to do. It could have been something you're already doing or something you had on the back burner. You decide to pursue it, or even maybe something new came into your life or inspired you to try or do something different or something else, and you went it all in on that. Either way, it's paying off. Fortunate success, good harvest. And the first card talked about harvest, so that's cool. That's like a little bit related. Let's talk about abundance. So maybe it worked out really well. You have what you need. You're surrounded by good vibes. You have a sense of comfort in that. And naturally, it's going to feel very healing to do more of what you want and have it pay off because you're doing your passion, I guess, in a sense, and it's working out. Good job. The fourth card is going to be the near future, so we're going to fast forward just a little bit to see how you're doing. We got King of Swords featuring the whale shark. Let's go to swords. King of Swords, intelligence, truth, and power. Rational, balanced, innovative, cooperation, strength, committed, clarity. So you really progressed with what you want, where you're at. Now you have physical and mental power and fortitude. Innovative, so you're being innovative and have skill and wit and just passion, all that stuff coming together. Clarity, you're thinking clearer now, less confusion, you're more confident in yourself, you know what's going on. Cooperation, so you're working with others. Maybe you got here, maybe you didn't get here alone, maybe you needed help from others or you gave people help, but either way, there's going to be more cooperation going on, give and take, more unions, I guess you can say, or more trust in people. Talks about the truth, maybe come to a realization that certain fantasies you can make come true, or certain things are just a fantasy. But you just have more, I guess, overall clarity, and you're committed to what you're doing and your beliefs. So you're going to keep moving forward, and you have a well sense of balance of investing your time and energy, physical, emotional, not taking on more than you can handle, not burning yourself out as much, but you are keeping up a good pace and not falling behind either. So good stuff. And then we get to the fifth card, which is long-term results, maybe far future, end game, roll credits, GG, final boss. And we get the Fool, represented by an Arctic fox. So very funny because the card itself talks about new beginnings and endings and you feeling refreshed, a new you. So let me just pull up the chart and get a full description for you. So the Fool, beginnings, innocence, risk-taking, new beginnings. Carefree, believe in the new you, take a leap of faith, openness, adventurous, spontaneous, fresh start, free spirit, enthusiastic, trust, faith, opportunities, dedication, having what you need, blind faith, naive, and prepared. So kind of reborn in a sense, new adventure. Maybe you finished a game, but now you're going and doing all the side quests or the bonus content or like RPG, JRPGs, like the optional bosses. They're probably harder than the actual final boss. But I just like how it says adventurous, spontaneous, you're open, you're taking a leap of faith, but you're also naive, blind faith, but yet you're also prepared. So you're just literally going the flow, happy spirit, GG, you're doing the next thing, on to the next. You're never going to run out of things you want to do or try. Everything inspires you. The world is out there. But the big thing is being innocent, just straight up carefree. But I guess the bigger thing is new beginnings. So even though you ended, you come a long way. Things come to an end, but also new adventures happen as well. And this time you feel, because of your current story or current deal, you feel even more equipped to take on the world and try other things or new things, or even further yourself or master your skill or just have more fun. So the world is your playground. You're going out to play and have fun. So very, very, very cool stuff. Now I'm going to do a bonus oracle card just as a quick word of inspiration or positivity, whatever. We get the hat. Uniqueness. Do not be confused, because a lot of people do this. I see this a lot. People wear fedoras thinking it gives them a personality or makes them unique. It does not. Maybe if you do the whole suit or get up with it, but anyway, that's a whole other story. But anyway, hats, uniqueness, so maybe you're more creative. You're different. People can see that. And it could be simple as wearing a hat, different clothing attire. Maybe you dress a little outside of the norm. You're more noticeable. Hence, it's going to make you look more unique. But more importantly than just being unique, you feel more like you or a more genuine version of yourself, or maybe how you want the world to perceive you. So either way, it's like you're cosplaying or dressing up, having fun. And then you're telling the world, love me. Don't judge me. Just love me. Or like, don't look at me if it bothers you that much. Yeah, very cool. Hope you like it. And probably going to call it here because it's, yeah. I still have enough on the queue to do one more stream. Again, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do it on Friday when I'm off, but could also squeeze it in tomorrow, maybe. I am not sure. But thanks for tuning in, and now I'm going to go find a raid target. I'll just close up all my shit. There's so many things open, you have no idea. Okay, let's pull up the windows. Yeah, we'll raid Maya. She's doing some arts. Hope I put road. I meant raid. Thanks for chilling, everyone. Thank you for the subs, bits, donos, everything. Always appreciate it.